SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Hi, this is Dr. Andy Barlow with the Chiropractic Physician Center of Tupelo and author of the #1 best-selling book, The Code Breaker. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Then call my office at 662-844-1414 and order my new book, The Code Breaker.
This is Gerard Gibert, and thank you for listening to MidDays here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Get ready to go beyond the headlines and join a meaningful conversation with people from around the state. Hello. You're listening to MidDays with Gerard Gibert here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Waiting on someone to come and go along with me. I'm trying to make a living. Yeah, I'm trying to make a living. Trying to make a living. Best thing I can do. I want to bun my coat, bun my shoe, bun these clothes that have never been used. Bun my watch, bun my ring. Trying to tell you people I'm gonna bun everything. I'm trying to make a living. Yeah, I'm trying to make a living. Trying to make a living. Best thing I can do. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to MidDays, SuperTalk Mississippi. I'm your host, Gerard Gibert. We are down at Cruisin the Coast. Beautiful day down here on the gorgeous Mississippi Gulf Coast. Rhino back in the studio. We have temporarily relocated the Element Well Studios to the Biloxi Town Green, where I am looking, Rhino, at a sea of classic vintage vehicles, and man, are they shining, glistening in this gorgeous sunshine that is bathing the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. Great lineup for you today. We're going to kick things off with our good friend, host of Coast View, Ricky Matthews. Ricky, thanks for coming on MidDays. Great job this morning.
Thank you very much. Good to be here, my friend.
Is this unbelievable?
It is incredible. What I said on my show this morning, a world-class event at a world-class location with world-class weather. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Totally agree. Is it just me, or do the crowds look bigger this year?
They are bigger. As Woody said just a few minutes ago, it's on pace to be a record year. So many people, so many cars. It's overwhelming, the success.
It is awesome. And the camaraderie is what always intrigues me, Ricky. These people have this shared passion, this shared love and affection for these classic vehicles, and they kind of channel that through the way they take care of these things. I mean, these are 50, 60 plus year old vehicles, and they look like they just came off the showroom. It's incredible.
They do. And what's it? David Shoemake, who is a local guy that's been involved in cruising as a cruiser from day one, he said that they become friends. They meet people from all over the country, all over the world for that matter. They go to each other's other's weddings. They go to each other's, unfortunately, funerals because as time goes on. But he's just talking about how close they were, this network of people. It's very special.
Yeah. You know what else I like about this? It is uniquely American because we're looking at American makes and models. I mean, through the golden era of the automobile and the American love affair with the automobile. And what better place to cruise in one of these automobiles than Highway 90 on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, right?
One of the few highways in America where you can have an unencumbered view to the south and this beach.
It's true.
The live oak lined highway is just incredible.
Yeah. All right, so how did you order up this weather?
I don't know, man. Because we could have gotten Hurricane Ian.
I know.
Oh,
I
man.
know. We were sweating that. But so we are fortunate, we are blessed. But I'm just looking at these crowds. We were here last year. We had a fantastic event last year, but I think this tops it, and it is so exciting. And you wonder, Ricky, if that's because the word gets out. This is a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good place to go. USA Today describes it as the best car show in America.
Yeah, and
that's quite the honor.
More than once. Look at the sea of people as you look through there.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I think what happened, we have inflation and cost of gas and all that. Maybe some of these people couldn't go to multiple events this year. And since this is the number one event, they chose this one instead. So we end up getting all these amazing people here from all over America that may not have typically would have come under these circumstances. So here they are.
I know you're a longtime coast resident, lover of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. This is quite the economic shock, positive in a positive way to the economy as well, is it not?
It is, and what's important for people to see is that this, of course of all, if you think about tourism in coastal Mississippi as an economic engine for the state, this is an important economic driver for people during what would have normally been sort of a slow time of the year. But because it's so successful, it's become the top event in the state of Mississippi. This is Mississippi's event. This is not just a coastal event.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is Mississippi's event. But what's even cooler is that we got people from all over the country that come in there. Some of them, it's multiple visits. This is just a continuation of their positive experience at this event. Some, it's the first time they've been to our great state, and they come here. What a great place and a great way to showcase it.
Yeah, we even have somebody from London, England this year.
That is awesome.
Isn't that interesting?
That is awesome.
Just virtually every state, and Canada as well, of course. But what a special event. One of the points that Woody makes is that what makes this such a great event is you actually get to use your car. Most events you go park it in a big field. Here you get to actually cruise.
Yeah.
So that may be a competitive advantage for coastal Mississippi.
That's an excellent point. But again, just this setting with Highway 90 here, all the great casinos and hotels, this big block of green space with the old stately, iconic Gulf Coast live oak trees around the area. It's just such a cool setting.
It is. And I made the point at the beginning of my show this morning that where we're sitting right now, Gerard, the water was over 20 feet deep during Hurricane Katrina. Think about that for a minute. Everything around us was wiped out. So you think about this as a symbol of resiliency, this event, and what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
I wish that some of those people in Hurricane Ian territory could come here and see what's possible.
Yeah, that's a good point because they got a big task ahead of them, but I know that Americans in Florida, Floridians, they'll get it done. They love that area just as coastal Mississippians love this area and recovered and sprung back better, I think, after Katrina, honestly. You talk about the build back better. This place was built back better. I think I shared with you, I was married a few blocks from here, Nativity BBM. My wife and her family, long-time Biloxi residents and old family. And down here on the point, Holly Street, where her house was, just a block or so up. And Katrina wiped it out. Nothing left but the steps. That was the scene down here.
That's where my wife grew up, and her mother's house was on Cadet. And
okay,
of course, and multiple family members as well. I was married at St. Michael's.
Okay, right down the street.
And of course, we spent a lot of time in Nativity as well. My son went to Nativity Elementary after Hurricane Katrina. But yeah, it's a special place. And I think one of the things we learned after Katrina is that buildings don't make a community, the people really do. And once people came to that realization, and that's why, when you talk to these people here from all over the country, the thing they see in the heart and soul of South Mississippians, they can't always put it into words. It's more than just Southern hospitality. There's a spirit that they're connected to, and that's why they keep coming back.
Yeah. And it's just interesting that the classic motor vehicle is kind of the common thread, the common bond that brings all these people together, and just the way their eyes light up and their face is just shining. They're so proud, as well they should be, of their assets, and anybody here, as you know, you can stop and talk to them, and they will give you more information than you could comprehend. But it's because they just have such a passion. It's their hobby, and it energizes them, and it's just so cool the way they are able to represent that, and they try to pass on that passion.
They do. You think about this event that's happening today at Town Green, and then all along coastal Mississippi for the entire week, there are events happening like this. It's just incredible. Centennial Plaza is the headquarters.
Yeah.
Here's it used to be a VA hospital that's been completely renovated after Katrina. Now it's just this beehive of activity.
Got the Beach Boys at Beau Rivage tomorrow and Friday, I believe, is when they're scheduled to perform. I had Mike Love on the show yesterday. What a thrill and an honor that was. Can you just comprehend that, though, Ricky? 60 years of making music. 60. Mike's 81. 60 years. And just incredible. What an honor it was for me. I'll have to admit, I don't get nervous doing this job. I was a little nervous before he came. When you just think, I'm kind of in awe, I think, of his accomplishments and his achievements and, with his celebrity status. But what a grounded, down-to-earth person he is, and we're fortunate to have him again here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to perform in the Beach Boys. Looking forward to that. Beautiful day, beautiful event. We are out of time in this segment. Ricky, appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure, my friend.
Yeah. Middays is at Cruisin the Coast, the Element Well Studios at the Biloxi Town Green. When we come back, we've got, we've got an interview. Yeah, we've got Woody Bailey, Executive Director, Cruisin the Coast, and Skip Morgan, an attendee, will join us. Stay with us.
From the SeabrookPaint.com Weather Center, I'm Bob Sullender. For all your paint and coating needs, go to SeabrookPaint.com. Today, sunny skies, high near 84. Tonight, mostly clear and cool, low around 56. Your Thursday, sunny skies, high near 87. Thursday evening, mostly clear, low around 60. And for your finally Friday, mostly sunny conditions, high near 86.
This weather forecast has been brought to you by our friends at RJ's Outboard Sales and Service at 1208 Old Fannin Road. RJ's Outboard Sales and Service, your Yamaha outboard dealer in Brandon.
Magnolia Health is made for Mississippi. A statewide network of specialists and primary care physicians at more than 17,000 locations. Community outreach programs and quality jobs for nearly 400 Mississippians. Our commitment to building healthier communities in Mississippi has never been stronger. Learn more at magnoliahealthplan.com/benefits.
The best made-to-order lunch in Northeast Jackson is at 4th and Gold Sports Cafe. The Philly cheesesteak sandwich or wrap, melted in your mouth pulled pork sandwich, and the best burger in the metro. Call 769-208-8283. Once again, 769-208-8283.
Buying for a business? Let Batteries Plus be your partner. Whether you have one location or many, you'll find solutions for all of your battery, lighting, phone, and tablet repair needs, plus volume discounts and more. Sign up for a free business account at batteriesplus.com/business. Batteries Plus.
I'm Andy Gibson, your Commissioner of Agriculture. It's time for the 163rd Mississippi State Fair, October 6th through 16th at the State Fairgrounds. We've got a great lineup of attractions like the Mississippi Frontier Village, the Zerbini Family Circus, Farm Bureau Pig Races and Petting Zoo, the famous Biscuit Booth, the Ag Expo, Senior American Day, and the Great American Wild West Show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for more information. We'll see you at the State Fair, October 6th through 16th.
When you choose Roto-Rooter, you'll get honest estimates and no hassle guarantees so you can get it fixed quickly and enjoy peace of mind. We're there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, day and night, holidays, and weekends. We've been providing service to Mississippi for over 80 years. Call the original Roto-Rooter, 601-353-3333. Mention this ad to receive $25 off any service.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hey, I'm here with Alex Murray of Auto Innovation.
At Auto Innovation, we want to change your car buying experience. When you're in the market for a quality pre-owned vehicle, please come see us. We want to make friends, not just customers. All eligible vehicles are inspected by a Master Tech mechanic and come with a limited powertrain warranty on us. We are located on Highway 51 in Ridgeland. Come by and see us or check out our inventory online at autoinnovation.net. Let us change your car buying experience.
Auto Innovation, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
Gallo here with a special invitation to join us weekday morning, 6 to 9. Breaking news, quick shots, analysis, all right here on SuperTalk Jackson 97.3.
Check it out. Let's do this. The talk that keeps Mississippi talking. Middays with Gerard Gibert.
Let's get on with it.
On SuperTalk Mississippi.
Little step, you don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I've got the last set of
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi live from the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast for Cruisin the Coast. We are at the Biloxi Town Green and looking at just a sea of gorgeous vintage classic vehicles in our view here. But joining us now, Woody Bailey, Executive Director of Cruisin the Coast, and Skip Morgan, an attendee here at Cruisin the Coast. Woody, Skip, thanks for coming on Middays.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Definitely glad to be here. Thank you.
So, Woody, I was just visiting with Ricky Matthews in the last segment. I think the crowds look bigger this year. This is awesome.
Last year was our record year. That's no question about that. And one for sure we would do as well as it's turned out that we're doing this year. It's pretty amazing, pretty shocking to me, the registration numbers that we're seeing happen Monday and Tuesday. So this is going to be a big show.
It is awesome. It appears to me, do you have more vehicles? They seem to be parked a little tighter. I thought maybe it's because you needed to accommodate more vehicles.
Well, now Skip will tell you about that. You don't want to park these vehicles too close together.
Oh,
but,
sure, that's right.
They're coming in.
Yeah. All right, Skip. So first of all, I see you've got a military hat with some stripes there you're wearing today.
That's correct.
Are you a veteran?
Yes, 3rd Infantry Division. Spent 3 years in Germany, 61 to 63, and bags packed, ready to go back whenever.
Yes, sir. Well, God bless you, and thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, so I detect from your accent you're not a native Mississippian.
Well, I'm still trying to get green underneath my toenails, and when that happens, I'll be a Mississippian.
He's from Maryland. Skip, tell us.
From Maryland?
He's
yes.
one of the folks that came to Cruisin the Coast and decided he liked it down here, and he bought a house.
Wow.
Yeah, that's correct. However, still full of stinking thinking. Occasionally, occasionally I have to go back to the People's Republic, so I do the best I can.
I understand. All right, what's your connection? What brought you to Cruisin the Coast? Do you have a vehicle or just love of these classic cars? What's the deal?
I have 150 of them.
Good grief!
9 of them I keep here, so I don't have to haul them back and forth.
Okay.
But it works out pretty good.
Have a favorite or a favorite? How do you pick out of 150?
Well, not all 150 are roadworthy at this time. I've got about 40 maybe that are roadworthy. I do keep
just 40 that'll work.
40.
Just 40.
Yeah, I keep 9 of them here. Of the ones that are here, most of them are Mercury's. One of them, Cruisin the Coast, seems to have liked. I did manage to put a picture of it in this current program, and the picture was taken in 21. It's a blue and white Fairlane Ford convertible.
What year?
1957.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It's a great car, and everybody seems to like it. So I like it too, but the wife tells me they're all hers.
So, do you personally, Skip, maintain these vehicles?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still got the grease under the fingernails and the scars on the top. Yeah.
I got you. 150? How do you take care of 150? I have a hard time taking care of one.
Well, to tell you a big secret.
Sure.
We got a 40 by 100 metal building in Merlin with 46 cars in it, and can't get another hubcap in it. And 10 years ago, we had back-to-back blizzards, and the roof came down.
Okay.
But 46 of them in there, and a lot of them got severely injured. A lot of them are walking wounded, and a few came out, in one piece. Now, I'm a slow learner. You think that at that point I would have said, hey, we're going to Mississippi to stay.
I was going to say, it's time to come south.
Absolutely. So,
are you going to move all those vehicles here as well when you take your residents up here?
Well, if I find some more parking spots, I'll probably bring some more down.
Oh, gosh.
Do you attend other car shows as well?
Absolutely. Up and down the East Coast and throughout the Northeast and very, very other places further west. But this is the Super Bowl of car shows. This is it.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest crowd I've ever seen, the most cars I've ever seen. But the big story here, in my opinion, this is not a car show. This is a people show. And you can come down here and run around for 8 days and be anything you want. You can be Yale, jail, park place, or park bench, anything you want. And you can be 20 years old or you can be 70 years old and do your stuff. And most of the 70-year-olds are running around like they're 20. And I can attest to that. It is indeed the Super Bowl of car events.
That's awesome. Woody, I got to write that down. Yale, jail, park place, or park bench.
I thought I knew Skip pretty well. I'm learning a whole lot more about him today. This is awesome. I don't need to say anything else. All folks that are listening to this show, according to Skip, you need to get your rear end down here to the Mississippi Gulf Coast and enjoy cruising the coast. Isn't that right, Skip?
Absolutely, absolutely. Cruising the coast was kind of unheard of up north, and to a friend of mine named Greg, who Woody knows, we've been hauling leftover program books up north and passed them out to various civic clubs, various car clubs, various senior centers and so forth, and all the people up there. I had no idea. That there was a place that you could go and actually watch the cars, and the people actually drive them on the road down there, and they're not locked up somewhere in a parking lot.
Well, sometimes, as you probably know, I know you're aware of this, Woody, but Skip, outside of the state of Mississippi, there's I'm not going to call it a perception. I'm going to say it's a misconception about our state, and it's usually held by people that have never been here. They don't know what it's all about, and when they come here, and as you say, Skip, when they meet the people, this is a people event, they say, gee, this is a pretty good place. I think it turns heads, and this event really does put our best foot forward.
Absolutely.
So it is the event, Woody, is more of an ambassador, if you will, serves as an ambassador function role for our state, as it does just give people an opportunity to see all these incredible vehicles in one place at one time. It truly does. And so a question for you, Skip, have you met some friends that have become sort of continuing friendships after you meet them at this event?
Friends, they have validated my passport down here, and they go into cardiac arrest every time I tell them I'm heading north, and they plead with me to stay here.
That is so awesome. Well, it is our honor and our pleasure, certainly, to have you here and to be part of this, but more importantly, Woody, we want you to be a resident of the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast and the great state of Mississippi.
Well, I do have a place in the pass, and it's currently full of people from up north, and I bring a crew down with me every time I come. The wife stays here, and I get time off for good behavior.
I got you.
And I'm allowed to go north as long as I'm properly supervised.
I'm sort of betting you meet the standards on that. So how many vehicles did you bring down this time?
There's 9 of them here that are mine. And two that came back with me, and there's a couple stragglers running around here that I haven't caught up with yet, so I think there's probably another 5 or 6 from Maryland down here. And the reason I have so many here is when you're running around with 70-year-old cars and run them on the street for 8 days, they do have a tendency to stop running. And when that happens, you need to evacuate immediately and go get another one of the 9 out and proceed on, because this is showtime and you don't want to miss anything.
Quite a game plan, Skip.
Right, that's awesome. There. Woody, your creation, your brainchild, you got to feel good, man, when you have attracted fine individuals like Skip here who are regular attendees, moving to the area. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of similar stories. That's just got to be a good feeling. Congratulations
it's been happening,
to you. That's
and,
awesome.
We're proud of Skip, and he's been a great fan and supporter of cruising. And like I said, once people come here to the state of Mississippi and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, they're coming back,
no doubt.
And some come to live here, so that's an ultimate compliment for the whole state, I think.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Woody Bailey, Executive Director of Cruisin the Coast, and Skip Morgan, an attendee and an exhibitor as well, owns 150 cars and a veteran. Thanks so much for coming on. We're going to take a break here on Middays. Appreciate it. Thank you, Skip.
Thank you all for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
thank you for being here, Skip.
We're taking a break on Middays. When we come back, Tim Triola, an attendee here at Cruisin the Coast. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Will with Service Specialists. Are you looking for new employees, spending hours searching recruitment sites? For over 50 years, Service Specialists has been connecting hard-to-find qualified candidates for employers. We have candidates for all your administrative, professional, manufacturing, and industrial needs. Check us out online at ServiceSpecialistLTD.com. That's ServiceSpecialistLTD.com. Service Specialists, your expert recruiters helping employers and job candidates connect since 1967, with offices in Ridgeland, Canton, and Oxford.
At Clinton Body Shop, we really do take pride in perfection, and that's why we've been awarded the ICAR Gold certification for our 30th year straight. Only 11 shops worldwide have accomplished this. This remarkable achievement can only happen with continuous training from ICAR and the manufacturers of the vehicles you drive. In fact, we're trained and certified by more automakers than any shop in the market. At a time when insurers are pushing more than ever for discounted and shortcut repairs that save them money, why not insist on Clinton Body Shop, where you get an OEM certified repair using certified parts? If an insurer tries to steer you somewhere else, tell them you want the shop that's certified by the manufacturer of the car you drive. We're located in Clinton and Richland, or online at ClintonBodyShop.com.
Do you suffer from allergies, sinus, or respiratory problems, or just want to improve the quality of air you breathe in your home or business? Pure Air Consultants can help. As your indoor environmental specialist, we clean air ducts, install UV lights, and service all makes and models of heating and cooling systems. We offer the most dependable Energy Star qualified systems in the industry. Call Pure Air Consultants today, 601-939-7420.
A proud provider of Rheem Home AC systems. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
This is Home Answers Radio, and my guest today is Trey Jackson of Bulldog Construction. Trey, if a business has uneven sidewalks, they're asking for trouble. Would you agree?
Lynn, they are. It's a trip hazard and it needs to be fixed. Our foam technology can level those uneven walks without having to lay down any new concrete. Much easier and more affordable.
Trey, my wife tripped over one of those and skinned her knee up.
She was fortunate. Call Bulldog Construction at 601-853-4242.
Are the trees and shrubs running your yard instead of you? Let the tree professionals at Baroni's Tree Pros take out your problem limb by limb. Baroni's Tree Pros is your complete tree, shrub, and stump removal service. No job is too big for the tree professionals at Baroni's Tree Pros. And with our superior cleanup, you can't go wrong. Baroni's Tree Pros, 601-345-8090. 601-345-8090. That's 601-345-8090. Or online at baronestreepros.com. That's baronestreepros.com.
I'm JT Mitchell, and you're listening to SuperTalk Mississippi News.
A former Belhaven women's soccer coach who now serves as the head coach at the University of Texas Permian Basin has been suspended amid a list of stunning allegations made by a group of anonymous players. The nearly 1,200-word letter written to the NCAA says Coach Carla Tejas made a plethora of violations, including asking players for bail money, giving alcohol to minors, as well as making inappropriate contact with members of the men's soccer team at Permian Basin. Former players, including a goalkeeper at Belhaven, have since spoken out, saying Tejas needs to be exposed for the kind of environments she creates. And the application for President Biden's student loan forgiveness is expected to go live as soon as this week. For more news, sports, and politics, find us online at supertalk.fm.
SuperTalk.fm. SuperTalk.fm. Your one stop for all the news that matters in the Magnolia State. SuperTalk.fm. Everything you need to know at your fingertips. SuperTalk.fm.
Join Mississippi's handyman Buddy Slowick every Saturday from 10 till noon as he broadcasts live from the Mississippi Construction Education Foundation studio. Contact MCEF today, leading the way in training, credentials, and job placement.
Are you thinking about retirement, or are you recently retired? Do you have a plan, or do you have a drawer full of statements? If your answer is the latter, then you're not retirement planning, you're retirement hoping. Risks and inflation are rising, and planning is critical now. At Element Wealth, our exclusive 360 process can create a strategy to help protect what you've worked so hard to build, while still providing growth. To start the conversation, visit myelementwealth.com or call 601-957-6006. 601-957-6006.
Mississippi loves high school football, and now you can stream tons of high school football games from across the Magnolia State each Friday night just by going to supertalk.fm/high school. That's supertalk.fm/high school. And of course, on Friday nights during the season, there's always a game on your local SuperTalk radio station.
The season's on the line.
When it comes to high school football in Mississippi, nobody does it like we do. We are SuperTalk Mississippi. Middays with Gerard Gibert.
Welcome to our shop
on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Okay, now you have a good one.
Have you heard the story of the hot rod race when the Fords and Lincolns were setting the pace? That story is true. I'm here to say I was driving that Model A.
Welcome back, everyone. Middays, the Element Wealth Studios, relocated to the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast for Cruisin the Coast. What an incredible day of weather and an awesome view I have from the SuperTalk set right here on the Biloxi Town Green. Joining us now, Tim Troya, an attendee here at Cruisin the Coast, and Woody Bailey, Executive Director of Cruisin the Coast, sticks with us. Tim, thanks for coming on Middays.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So tell us your connection to Cruisin the Coast here. Do you have a vehicle or two?
Oh, yes. I have a 65 Mustang Fastback, and I have a 63 Falcon Sprint that's sitting right over there.
Oh, that's awesome. How long have you been an aficionado, shall we say, of classic cars? Is that something you kind of took with you from your earlier days?
Since I was 17 years old.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
So I just took the liking to it.
Yeah. And these things, when they're shining in the sun like this, it's just so impressive. And I know the owners of these vehicles spend a lot of time getting them in this pristine condition, and especially the ones where you see the hoods open and you look inside at those engines and all the attachments. You could eat off of them. It's incredible.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I've learned so much from attending Cruisin the Coast.
Yeah.
You know, just different ideas and things like that. And the people that are here are so nice. The restaurants are great. Woody, I appreciate you putting this event on. This is my vacation.
Well, I appreciate you being here and being a part of it. You're a very important part of this thing.
I've been coming for 18 years now.
Wow.
And I love it.
Where are you from, Tim?
I'm from Bush, Louisiana,
Okay.
which is about 5 miles north of Covington, Louisiana. Yeah.
Not far. So, have you met 18 years? Certainly, you've met lots of other attendees and folks that bring their classic cars over here as well. Have you developed some friendships through that?
Absolutely. In fact, a friend of mine in New Jersey was supposed to be here.
Really?
But he couldn't make it this time, and I'm going to get on him. Tell him what beautiful weather we've had, and it's just a great time. It really is.
It's kind of neat when you think about folks that come from different parts of the country and the world and hail from different cultures and different states, of course, different communities, and they assemble together at this one spot, and they're all brought here because of their common love for these classic cars. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
It is. It is. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have this.
That's awesome.
It's just a great time. I mean, I just, like I said, I've been coming for 18 years, and I don't know what I'd do if we didn't have it.
That is awesome. Pressure's on you there, Woody.
It sounds like it. Well, we're going to plan on continuing on for a long time, so hang in there with us. We look forward to it.
I'd even like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you need volunteers.
Be careful. I'll put you to work in a second. I'll find you something right now here as soon as we finish here.
That's not a problem.
It's not work when you're doing something like this that you love, right? I mean, it's not really work. It's enjoyment. It's entertainment. It's stress relief, and the sense of accomplishment that you get when you take one of these cars and you keep it and you maintain it in this like new condition, and other folks come around it and they're blown away and they receive pleasure and enjoyment out of that. It's got to make you feel good.
Oh, it does. It does, absolutely. It really does.
There are a lot of people that come here that otherwise would not witness the beauty of these classic cars. They come here for that purpose. Many of them are not necessarily enthusiasts with respect to owning their own vehicles, but they respect those that do, and they appreciate these cars, and they appreciate the way the owners take care of them. It's always fun to see the reactions when a lot of people, especially that were maybe around when these cars were built, say, yeah, I remember those, and I remember I'm one of those. I remember seeing those on the road, and you didn't think much about it then, but now you look back and say, that was pretty incredible. I mean, we don't make cars like that, as they say, and the American love affair with the vehicle is on full display right here.
Absolutely, sure is. A lot of beautiful cars out here. I don't know what I'd do without my car.
Yeah,
that is.
Well, that's so cool.
I've got my wife and I've got my my little dog and my 2 kids, but my car is there.
So, is your car like a third child to you there?
Oh, it
sounds like he's putting it at the top of his list.
Top of the list, absolutely. Yes, indeed. So, but I don't want the wife. I hope she's not here.
Yeah, maybe I hope she's not listening to this today.
We are blessed once again with incredible weather here, Woody. We couldn't have timed it any better. We dodged the bullet of a hurricane that at one point we thought it might head our way, but we're sad for the devastation that occurred in Florida, but we're grateful to the good Lord that we were spared and
Most definitely.
made this event. And we should also talk about, Woody, it's not just today. I mean, this is several days of event.
Sure. I mean, we're sitting here on Wednesday, and I want to, the listening audience you've got plenty of time to come down here and see all this.
Right.
We've got a tremendous schedule. The real heart of Cruisin the Coast is starting tomorrow.
Right.
That's when all our venues open. We have music playing from 11 to 4:30, 3 acts a day on 7 different stages from Pascagoula to Bay St. Louis. It's just, if you don't have a car, then we want you to come here and see this. This is just quite a spectacle. Come enjoy viewing these cars, and it's nostalgia, the music, the cars, everything blends together, the weather. It doesn't get any better than all this we've got in store from here all the way to Sunday. So there's plenty of time to pack your bag and come down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast and see us.
And the other neat thing, I think, Woody, is this is one of those occasions where we really do see collaboration and cooperation and just a lot of fun amongst the 3 coastal counties.
Definitely.
All the communities within those counties all get together. They all are excited about this. They're engaged. They're participating. They're promoting, and they all benefit from it quite a bit as well. And that's what we want.
Our economic impact study shows that very clearly. $36 million impact to the state economy, $33 million impact to the 3 coast counties, and we got 11 cities, the 3 counties involved, and it's a tremendous effort to make all this come together, but everybody's willing to work and help me. When I go see somebody, they're willing to help me because they know what we're bringing to the table. And not only is it in the economic side, it's just, this event is just fun. You can't help but have fun and see the smiles on everybody's faces around here. Everybody's just happy. Like I say, I don't know what the whole chemistry of this thing is pretty amazing, and it just makes for a great time. Everybody's having a big time.
And that's, I think, just uniquely American and certainly a testament to this fantastic event and the great people of the state of Mississippi. We like to work hard, but we like to have fun as well.
No doubt. No doubt.
You agree with that, Tim?
Absolutely. Sure.
I mean, that's the human experience, honestly, and that's what it's all about.
And we're very happy to have Louisiana folks here, and Skip was here from Maryland. All these folks, they make this event happen, and we're proud to have them.
I'm glad to be here, and I thank you for what you've done over the years. This is amazing. It really is. I mean, to put this thing together, all the pieces have to be in place. It's just
a lot of work.
It is.
It's a challenge, but it's something I enjoy doing, and benefits so many people, and so many people have so much fun. And like I say, it helps from the economic perspective as well. But it's just a fun event, and if you're anywhere within this listening area, you ought to come see this if you've never been here. And we want to invite you back if you have been.
Yeah, and again, you guys have to work with law enforcement. You have to work with the city and county governments. I mean, it's a lot of people involved in this, but they're all so supportive, so cooperative. Definitely. It takes all that to pull it off.
It does. Like I said, there's so many of us working together to make this event happen, and they're focused on making it happen. And like you say, just pulls everybody together because we're all got one cause, a common cause to get Cruisin the Coast running and happening, and it's doing very well right now.
Well, there's no doubt that the rest of the week is going to be a big one. We got the Beach Boys performing, I believe, tomorrow and Friday. I think they're doing 2 shows.
Correct. And Jay Leno will be here Saturday night. And a lot of other entertainment going on throughout the whole coast. So just get the schedule or go to cruisinthecoast.com and see what the schedule is, and pick what you want to do and come do it.
Yeah, that is so awesome. I had the honor of interviewing founding member of the Beach Boys, Mike Love, yesterday, and he started discussing all the songs that they had recorded that have to do with classic cars. I mean, that was kind of ingrained in their music and their musical style. It really is pretty cool when you think about that. So that's so, I think, appropriate to have them. And they're big fans as well. Mike is certainly of the event and speaks very highly of the event, the state of Mississippi, the venue that they're performing in. Again, I think we're a pretty well-kept secret, but the word's getting out. That's the main thing. And this is a way to do that.
Exactly.
People are getting out. So, Tim, do you run into people that have been here for the first time and they see this? They also have a passion for these classic cars. Maybe they bring one themselves. Do they say, like, where have I been? How come I hadn't been here before?
Well, I met a gentleman yesterday, and he said he hadn't been here in 4 years. He said he sure wished he would have attended because he sure missed a lot because it's changed so much.
I bet he won't miss anymore.
No, I don't think he will.
Gerard, it works out to be about 18% or so of our registered people are first-timers to Cruisin the Coast. I hadn't checked the number today, but it should be around 1,400 or so people that have never been here. And once we get them here in the state of Mississippi, they're coming back.
No doubt about it. That is awesome. And in my business career, we call that new logos when you're landing new companies as customers. You got some new logos, except in this case, they're individuals that have the shared passion for these classic cars.
That's right.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on. Tim Troya, an attendee and exhibitor here at Cruisin the Coast. Woody Bailey, Executive Director of Cruisin the Coast. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Enjoy it.
We're coming right back with Judy Young, Executive Director of Coastal Mississippi.
I'm Mason Irby, your Madison County Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Madison Central football on SuperTalk Jackson. Call me, Mason Irby, at 601-616-6872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
He takes the pen, signs the dotted line, touchdown!
That's right. You'll always score big when you shop your home team, Mazda of Jackson. You'll feel like you just scored a touchdown with the deals you'll get on every new Mazda in stock. Get super low 1.9% financing for 36 months on new 2022 Mazda CX-9s. Get 2.49% financing for 36 months on new 2022 Mazda CX-5s. And get 2.49% financing for 36 months on the all-new 2023 Mazda CX-50. Buy a new Mazda, and Mazda of Jackson will take care of your first year's maintenance at no cost to you. Shop right now at MazdaofJackson.com. Plus, you can buy with confidence with a 20-year, 250,000-mile warranty. Have a trade-in? Bring it in, and we'll give you top dollar for it, even if you don't buy a vehicle from us. And remember, 100% credit approval is our #1 goal. Come score big at Mazda of Jackson, where nobody walks away because everybody saves. Our all-new state-of-the-art facility is located at 5397 I-55 Frontage Road North in Jackson. Call 991-2222 today. MazdaofJackson.com. With Brew credit on select models. See dealer for details.
It's a sale over 4 decades in the making. Miss Kelly's 44th anniversary sale. Get up to $500 off our everyday low prices. Plus, take 60 months to pay with no down payment. Furniture trends have changed a lot since 1978, but Miss Kelly's never goes out of style. Stay on trend and on budget with this amazing anniversary offer. Up to $500 off plus 60 months to pay with no down payment at all Miss Kelly's locations.
This is the opening agri-market report. The open of the New York Cotton Exchange, December cotton was up 500 to 83.20. March cotton was up 478 to 81.41. The open of the Chicago Board of Trade, November soybeans were down 19.5 to 13.64 per bushel. January soybeans were down 19.25 to 13.74 per bushel. December corn was down 3 cents to 6.80 per bushel. March corn was down 3 cents to 6.87 per bushel. The mercantile December live cattle was down 45 to 147.05. February live cattle was down 20 to 151.05. November feeders up 20 to 175.40. January feeders down 2 cents to 176.05. And at the open, the Dow Jones down 359 points, 29,957. I'm Dixon Williams, and this is SuperTalk Mississippi Agri-News Network.
Twilight concerts at Renaissance are back as Ratchet Entertainment presents Blues Traveler and Government Mule live Saturday, October 22nd. Blues Traveler with Government Mule. Plus Bonneville. Tickets on sale now at twilightms.com for Government Mule, Blues Traveler, and Bonneville. Brought to you by Southern Beverage, Renaissance, Visit Ridgeland, and Watkins Construction. Produced by Ratchet Entertainment Group.
Propane is the energy for everyone, especially farmers like you. It's a single energy source that can fuel most anything on your farm. From irrigation and grain drying to building heating, propane has you covered. Reliable, hard-working propane will help you improve yields, protect your land, and save money. See how propane can help meet your farm's energy needs by visiting propane.com now. Propane. It's the energy for everyone.
Arm yourself with everything you need to take on your day. Wake up with Gallo tomorrow on 97.3 FM. Super Talk, Mississippi.
Properly set all controls before recording.
All systems go. The talk that keeps Mississippi talking. Middays with Gerard Gibert on Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi. A Rhino all over the music. Awesome there, Rhino. Thanks for that little bumper there. Appreciate that. Joining us now, Judy Young, Executive Director of Coastal Mississippi. Judy, thanks for coming back on. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. It's a beautiful day in Coastal Mississippi.
The crowds are significantly bigger than last year. I just got to tell you. It just looks to me like there's a lot more people really enjoying themselves. That's the main thing here. This is just awesome. You got to feel great about this.
It's tremendous. The folks that come to walk around, but also the folks who share their pride and joy, so to speak, that they've invested, I have no idea how much in, but it's just been stunning. I've seen some vehicles I've never seen before, and I kind of grew up in the car family, so it's been really fun. I've seen great people.
The way they have preserved these classic cars, some of which are 60, 70 years old, and they look like they just drove off the showroom floor, right? It is just incredible. And they have such a sense of pride, as they should, about it. But more importantly, I like to watch the owners interact with some of the attendees, and love to see them tell the story of their cars and how they came upon them and what got them interested in this and kind of what they do to maintain them in this condition. I had that opportunity last year after the show. A couple of folks from Louisiana had two old Cadillacs from the late 50s, early 60s, close to the set here. And gosh, it's just unbelievable what they know about those cars, and just to see their faces light up when they tell you about them. They love sharing their passion for it. That's what makes it great.
It does, and I'm stunned today. I met a gentleman who came from Missouri who drove his 51.
51
here from Missouri. I mean, you see a lot that can get up and down the coast.
Sure.
You can see them trailered, but he drove it from Missouri.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. All right, what's your favorite?
There's a beautiful Seafoam 57 T-Bird that I can see at this moment that I've been looking at all afternoon. It has a great matching interior, absolutely spectacular.
Isn't that incredible?
It's good. And then I did see a really nice Bel Air. I'm a station wagon gal.
Okay.
So I saw a turquoise and white, pristine.
Suburban?
It was a Bel Air station wagon.
Oh,
the Suburban
station wagon. Okay, my bad. Yeah,
the Suburban was the 60 that I've never seen before.
I didn't even know they made them back then.
It's spectacular.
I didn't know. I got to go find that. But I remember, as a kid, that was the station wagons. That was common, and in fact, back then we were so crazy. If you didn't have enough room to put people in the seats, you just, hey, kids, get in the back. We just drove around like that. So,
or you laid on the headliner in the back.
Exactly.
We all managed to get through it. Right?
We made it. I know. That's awesome. But but just in our view here, can you believe the beauty of these classic cars? I mean, you can just kind of pan across the Biloxi Town Green here. They're all lined up. But what a fantastic setting with this blue sky, the coast, and the Gulf in the background. It can't get any better, this. It's awesome.
It's perfect. And we got music and food and vendors. I saw one of the Rotary Clubs in Long Beach making some money for their nonprofit, selling some great snacks. So I think it's a true opportunity for everyone in the region to engage, maybe do fundraisers for their nonprofits, volunteer, and interact with a lot of folks. The breadth and depth of the number of people, 44 states.
It's unbelievable.
And
it's unbelievable.
Canada and England. Now, I haven't seen this England yet, but I want to see this, whatever this vehicle is.
Yeah.
No, I need to know how it got here. I just need to know. It's
unbelievable. And we have the 3 coastal counties and the major coastal cities and communities that are all supportive of this, all involved, all participate. And let's be honest, in a nice way, in a good way, they compete a little bit with each other, as they should, right, for economic development projects and so forth. That's what they do. But this is something that benefits all of them, and so they're all on board, and they all get behind this, and that's what pulls it off and makes it so successful.
It's great. And, this is a passionately engaged region of Mississippi.
Yes.
And the greatest thing is that the pride of place is a motivator for every independent 12, 15 cities, each county. But when it comes to the collective good, we really do have.
They get it.
They get it, and we have hospitality nailed.
No doubt about it, and that's probably the common refrain you hear from attendees, especially those that aren't accustomed to the outstanding Mississippi hospitality, and in particular on the Gulf Coast. They come here and they say the people are just incredible.
Yeah, you got to embrace darling, honey, sweetie, baby. There'll be any number of endearments that we will bestow on you.
That is so awesome. Well, Judy, congratulations on what is a very successful event. Will continue to be for the next 3-4 days, and then I think this thing's going to keep getting bigger and better. Again, congratulations. Awesome.
Thanks. Nice
Appreciate
shout out for the first responders.
Absolutely.
Always thanking them.
Absolutely. We'll take a break right here on Middays. Top of the hour means the news is coming up. After that break, the mayor of Biloxi, Andrew Fofo Gillich. Stay with us.
You're listening to WFMN Flora Jackson, SuperTalk, Mississippi. Powered by your tree professionals at Baroni's Tree Pros. 601-345-8090.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's on his way to Fort Myers, Florida to see damage from Hurricane Ian and meet with people affected.
Governor Ron DeSantis and Senator Rick Scott will be joining the president, who has been saying that politics will be put aside for the people of Florida. The hurricane has so far led to more than 104 deaths and billions in estimated damages. At the White House, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
The South Korean military apologizes for a missile crash into a military base, the explosion scaring some people on the country's east coast.
Hours went by before any official said what happened. Finally, the South Korean military said it's investigating what caused the abnormal flight of a missile. South Korea and the U.S. are conducting exercises after North Korea fired a nuclear-capable ballistic missile over northern Japan.
Fox Jill NATO, there's no damage to any civilian property or any injuries reported. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, this is Keith Halsey with Halsey Insurance. As your local independent insurance agency, we guarantee fast answers and friendly service. When you have questions, we are here with answers you can trust. Our specialty is home, auto, life, and all types of business insurance. Partnering with the top insurance carriers, let us shop your insurance and do the heavy lifting. We'll find you the best coverages with the lowest rates. Call 601-856-7707 or HalseyInsurance.com. That's HAWSEY Insurance.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
I'm JT Mitchell, and you're listening to SuperTalk Mississippi News. The Mississippi Attorney General's office is asking the state to set an execution date for Thomas Edwin Loden Jr. Loden, a former U.S. Marine Corps recruiter, was convicted in the 2000 rape and killing of a 16-year-old waitress. Mississippi is one of 27 states that enforces the death penalty. Last November, David Neal Cox was the state's first execution in 9 years. And Elon Musk has reversed course and is yet again proposing to buy Twitter for $54.20 a share. According to a regulatory filing on Tuesday, officials from the social media giant have the intention to close the transaction and move on. Twitter shares have since soared 22% following the decision by Musk. For more news, sports, and politics, find us online at supertalk.fm.
Let it snow at Mistletoe Marketplace. Hi, I'm the 2022 Mistletoe Marketplace Chair, Kristen Blackard.
And I'm this year's co-chair, Adrienne Louie.
We invite you to join us for the 42nd annual Premier Holiday Shopping Experience.
Plus holiday entertainment and special events sure to excite those young and young at heart.
Funds raised help us host over 30 community projects and initiatives each year. Buy your tickets today to join in the fun and help support our community.
This is Chris Howard, Executive Director of the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. We supply businesses with well-qualified and skilled workers who are ready and willing to work. When you hire a job seeker with a disability, we offer no-cost job training customized for your company's needs. Our business specialists can provide training and information on tax incentives and workplace accommodations. For more information, visit us at mdrs.ms.gov. Partner with us and provide opportunities for Mississippians with disabilities.
New York Yankees slugger Aaron Judge hit his 62nd home run of the season last night, a new record for the American League.
High fly ball, deep left. There it goes, soaring into history. He's done it. He has done it. 62.
Audio courtesy of the Yes Network. Roger Maris Jr., also a Yankee, previously held the record. And for all you Braves fans across the Magnolia State, the defending World Series champions have claimed the division crown for a 5th straight year. At one point, Atlanta trailed the New York Mets by 10.5 games. The comeback has set up an NL Division Series between Atlanta and either the St. Louis Cardinals or the Philadelphia Phillies. JT Mitchell, SuperTalk Mississippi News.
The University of Mississippi School of Business is hosting its annual Banking and Finance Symposium on October 14th at the Oxford Convention Center. Keynote speakers are Brad Bolton, Chairman ICBA, Marty Mosby, Director of Bank Equity and Strategy, Stiefel and Caitlin Long, CEO and founder Custodia Bank. A Women in Banking breakfast will be held again this year at 8 a.m. This symposium is open to all banking and finance professionals and banking students. To register, go online to the UM alumni page or email Dr. Ken Cyree for more information.
Downed trees and limbs contacting power lines can lead to power outages. If you are a homeowner, don't get stuck in the dark. Let Taylor Power Systems protect your home against outages with a standby power generator. Financing is now available. Call Taylor Power Systems today at 601-932-5674 to discuss the right standby generator for your home.
Good Things with me, Rebecca Turner. It's Mississippi's Radio Happy Hour, weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m. right here on SuperTalk Jackson 97.3.
And now, another hour of the talk that keeps Mississippi talking. Middays with Gerard Gibert.
Begin your transition now.
Now on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi. We are live on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast for Cruisin the Coast. Hour 2 of the program. Joining us now, the mayor of the great city of Biloxi, Mayor Fofo Gillich. Mayor, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, and I think everybody here is happy to be here,
no
too.
No doubt about it. That's what it's all about.
It's the best day of the year, I think. So
it's awesome.
We're blessed, for sure.
I have to say it again. I think the crowd's biggest I've seen. It's incredible.
I agree. And as far as the cars, too, I think I tried to sneak in the back way. There's no back way. And bumper to bumper all the way to Main Street to off the railroad tracks. And we can't get no more here.
I know. It's incredible. So, Mayor, you got to be proud, and you should be, of your city, of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You look across this sea of classic cars. You look at the license plates, and you see license plates from all over the country. You know people are here. I think Woody Bailey said from 44 states. We're putting our best foot forward at this event, the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast, but most importantly, the great people here.
Yeah, no, I think the people and the cars make it, and we're, like I said, just blessed to be able to put it together. Woody's always done a terrific job. Not more than a great job, terrific job. And, you just can't say enough. It takes a lot of volunteers, a lot of folks to put it together. But, when you register 9,000 of anything, it's difficult, but it's much less, this stuff that's happening. So, hats off to everybody involved, and we're just a little piece, but we want to grow and grow. So
no, it's awesome. I think a lot of folks from across the country probably wouldn't necessarily think about Mississippi and the Mississippi Gulf Coast when they think about classic cars and a classic car show, but USA Today says this is the best one in the country.
I think so. I was talking with the mayor of Reno with Hot August Nights and so forth, and we were at a conference for mayors together. But I think you're right. As far as numbers and as far as the happening, the place, I think we're right here at the top.
It's unbelievable. So we play host to people from all over the country. The great state of Mississippi does, and specifically the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Would you have ever thought we'd be witnessing what we are today here, Mayor, given what we experienced, the devastation of Hurricane Katrina 17 years ago? Would you have thought that?
No, I really wouldn't. And, we're just tremendous bounce back, and resilience is an easy word to say.
Sure.
Biloxi's been around since 1699. It's 320-something years. So resilience has got to be defined by the ability to bounce back, and I think that's apparent here.
Hey, it speaks to the fortitude of the Mississippi Gulf Coast people, the residents here. But I think more importantly, this is their home. They love it, and they're not going anywhere.
And they're proud of it too. And hey, come on back. That's what we say. Welcome to Biloxi. I know there's a tour train that passes by my office right at noontime every day, and with a crowd, and just happy to have me. Come
That's
back
unbelievable.
many more times.
It's unbelievable. So tell us about what's going on in the city. How are things going?
Well, we've had pretty much visitation up there in the millions of visitors, and just year after year, the tourism and gaming and hits numbers that are way out there, and we're just happy for it. It's a big part of tourism, is a big part of Biloxi's economy, as well as the military, and we just had a salute to the military this week, and when you couple everything together, and the weather, and the hospitality, you can only, go forward.
Yeah. Well, since Katrina, all the casinos, of course, rebuilt, added more rooms, more accommodations, more facilities. It's a perfect venue to host an event like this.
Oh, for sure. And then, after the pandemic, 2021, we had a pretty good event last year, and the year before. You got inflation, you got a lot of numbers that we can't control.
Sure.
But we can do the best, and I think that's the accomplishment. We do the best where we got to play the cards we're dealt, and we're the Storms. We're very fortunate, and we're unfortunate for prayerful for our folks that took the hit just a few days ago, and but we've been there and we understand. I think there's some crews going down to help them, like we were helped after Katrina. That's the amazing thing that how everybody outpours and their care and their support.
So I have to say, you're aware, in my prior career in business, we had the privilege and the honor of working a lot with the city of Biloxi, and the folks in public works and the police department, the other departments within the city. They're top notch. They're awesome. Yeah. You guys are blessed in that regard.
We are, and when you look at the folks, and as mayor, I became mayor in 2015, and you look at the people who've been here 20 and 25 and 30 years, and just somebody retired here with 40-something years. That says something. People love the job and want to help, and through those bad years. You ask yourself, man, this is nonstop, and why am I doing this? But the love of the place you live, and
no doubt
drives everything. We had a lot of folks that would, institutional knowledge, what's below the ground, what's going to be here, and I'm blessed, with those folks that are still part of the Team Biloxi.
Great team, no doubt about it. And Woody has shared when he's been on the program how many people come to this event, fall in love with the place, and end up taking up a residency.
Yeah, especially the military. I always talk to some of these generals and colonels that retire and said, look, if you don't decide to stay here after you retire, after your career, so I haven't done my job. And so far we've been very fortunate with there's 50,000 lives related to Keesler and the activities there, and the military and shipbuilding and all. It's all related to a successful place.
Absolutely. Well, it's certainly no secret that we're facing some macroeconomic headwinds, and there's lots of concerns on the part of the business community in general. Of course, Biloxi is blessed with lots of fantastic independently owned small businesses that really comprise a lot of the economy here. What kind of feedback are you getting from them?
Well, again, we're sort of an anomaly. Business is good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The challenge is keeping people in, especially in the service area, help, and it will even out, I'm sure. I'm confident that what we have here as a place, will handle that economic challenges that from the inflation or just a lot of areas.
Well, it's another situation where that resiliency plays in. Yeah. I mean, these people are committed to the community, committed to the success of their businesses, and they'll figure it out. They'll make it through it, and whatever kind of headwinds they face and challenges, they work through those, they navigate those, they emerge better, stronger, and I kind of think that's what's in our future, honestly.
I think so. An ability to pivot. Man, you got to be able to pivot.
Got to be agile.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. What kind of reports are you getting from the casinos with respect to their revenues, their accommodations, gaming, and so forth? They reporting positive results?
Good, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's probably the best. We had the best year ever. I think the 8 casinos in Biloxi did about $1 billion. Right at over $1 billion in gross gaming revenue. That's the taxable amount. You take 12% of that, 8 of that $120 million that was paid. About $80 million goes directly to the state of Mississippi. The rest is for the services and education and things that happen. Because you look around here, you draw a mile radius from around here with 7,000 hotel rooms.
Wow, that's awesome.
And Biloxi's, the census was 49,871 or 2, right at 50,000. But we had 4.2 million visitors.
Wow.
Do the arithmetic there. This is not a 50,000 population town. Okay?
That's amazing.
So we have to support. When someone feels they have a medical emergency. Before AMR gets there, we have a fire truck with emergency folks on board, and that takes support. When you look at that many opportunities, it is a challenge, and it costs money to provide the services that our guests need. That makes sense.
We got just about a minute or so left, but you really do have all the ingredients for a great quality of life here. You got great schools, you got great places to worship, great shopping, great attractions and amenities. Of course, the beauty is incredible. It's a pretty dang good place.
Oh, it is. I'm happy. There's some groups that make this our chief of police.
I see that.
And Sean,
yes, sir.
Public safety.
Yep.
They're all part of the deal.
Yes, sir.
Safe, friendly, and beautiful.
Okay. I love it. Of course, I married a Biloxi girl, so I totally agree with you, and many people do. And they come here for the first time, they say, wow, this isn't what I expected, in a positive way, and then they're so positively impacted by the experience, and I think a lot of that just comes from the people who are friendly and kind to everyone that comes through here. It doesn't matter where they are or the cultures that they represent. This is just really a melting pot. Always has been.
Well, it is, and it's easier to smile than it is to frown. Okay, really, it's just
good point, man.
It's just, hey, why not? Why not be friendly? Because you want to be friendly. So
I totally agree, Mayor. Congratulations on all the success of the event, of course, and congratulations on the great work you and your team are doing to make Biloxi the great Mississippi community that it is. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Need us for anything, just don't hesitate. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Great. Thank you for everything.
We're going to take a break right here on MidDays, the Element Well Studios at Cruisin the Coast. When we come back, it's Sean Tyndall, Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, and Colonel Randy Ginn, the MHP Director.
What if there was a paint that could awaken something as old as that Rip Van Winkle guy? Hey, what? Because it could adhere to the most weathered exteriors and completely restore its youth.
Hey, there's hair on my head again!
If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Seabrook Paints in Jackson and Ridgeland. Visit SeabrookPaints.com.
This is Allison Calloway. Since 1954, Callaway's has been family-owned and operated. Located in Gluckstadt, south of Germantown High, Callaway's has a large selection of all your favorite trees, shrubs, and fall color plants. Callaway's has large rolls of pine straw, and we offer quantity pricing. Callaway's outdoor patio furniture is in stock and ready for delivery, all 20 to 50% off, and for a limited time, free delivery in the metro area. Our farmers market is full of fresh fruits, vegetables, fall pumpkins, local honey, jellies, jams, and the best tomatoes in town. Callaway's has farm fresh produce 7 days a week. Did you know Callaway's has beautiful decorative accessories and gift items for your indoor and outdoor living spaces? Callaway's has bulk soils for pickup and local delivery. Callaway's landscape designers Clinton Streeter and Corey Castle can design and install your landscape. Callaway's Gluckstadt on Calhoun Station Parkway, south of Germantown High.
Everything for home and garden, that's what Callaway's is.
Protect your home and office with Havard Pest Control, a family-owned and operated business for 75 years. Havard provides termite and pest services with free quotes, low monthly payments, free recalls, and unmatched customer service. For more information, visit HavardPest.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
How do you and your staff get things done? Teamwork. When a team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janny King, the king of clean, are excited to team up with you. At Janny King, our team has been working together for over 35 years, cleaning your places for work, education, medical attention, eateries, stadiums, and worship. Let our team help your team. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and trust your clean to the king. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
Family Termite is a proud VIP sponsor of the Handyman Show on SuperTalk, Mississippi. Whether you're a proud DIYer or a seasoned veteran, Mississippi's handyman Buddy Slowick has the answers to your home improvement questions each Saturday from 10 till noon.
If you're about to start a project or remodel with wood, you need to think Miller Lumber in Richland. Since 1953, we've built a solid reputation of supplying quality wood at a lower price, like Western Red Cedar and Cypress Lumber, as well as a wide variety of patterns in pine, cedar, and cypress. Shop Miller Lumber for the best price new pine flooring and treated lumber in town. Miller Lumber, 551 Old Highway 49 South in Richland. Visit MillerLumberSales.com, 601-936-7099.
Richard Cross. Be sure to catch Sports Talk Mississippi, your new home for the best sports coverage right here in the Magnolia State. Every day from 3 until 6, right here on Super Talk Jackson 97.3.
The talk that keeps Mississippi talking.
We're rolling. Hit it. Go. Play it.
Middays with Gerard Gibert on Super Talk Mississippi.
Everyone, Middays, Super Talk Mississippi. We are live from the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast at Cruisin the Coast, and joining us now, the Element Wealth Studios on the Biloxi Town Green, the Department of Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall, and the MHP Director Colonel Randy Ginn. Thanks so much for coming on there, Colonel. Director. Thank you, sir. Commissioner, I should say. What about the weather? What about these vehicles? This is a fantastic day, and it's always great to put the best foot of the state of Mississippi right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast forward. People from all over the country, they collect and they gather here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's great, isn't it?
Absolutely. So good for the state of Mississippi, great for the coast economy, and really just the perfect time of year to have an event like this and open our doors to people across the country to come see what all Mississippi has to offer, and really to see the greatest car extravaganza on earth.
USA Today says it's the best, and I believe it, too. And talking to some of the attendees that have been to others, they also say it's the best. So that's the ultimate grade when you get those that have been to many of these, and they can compare them side by side and say, yeah, this is the best deal going. Colonel, the Mississippi Highway Patrol also participates in this event as well, right?
We do. We brought our car down, brought one of our older cars that we have restored there at headquarters down Sunday and displayed it, and then we have a retiree who has a car and goes around the state doing goodwill stuff for our retirees. He's here about all week, I think. So we've had a couple of cars represented here.
And, of course, the roads get a little crowded. How cool is it that so many of these cars travel the roads of Mississippi and our highways to assemble and gather here on the coast for Cruisin the Coast? The men and women of the Highway Patrol, the state troopers, they keep our roads safe while that's going on as well.
Yes, sir. Well, I saw a couple out on the way down this morning, and I saw a lot of the cars. It's fun to look when you're coming down and see. I saw an old Ford pickup that's a little newer than mine, but brought back a lot of memories. Some old Cadillacs. See a lot sitting here, and yes, our men and women are out. They're patrolling, and spoke to them this morning. They hadn't had any problems with the traffic. It's just been enjoying seeing the cars and meeting people.
That is awesome. So I had the pleasure, wanted to pass this on the air, of meeting Brian McGee up in New Albany. Did a remote up there a couple of weeks ago. State trooper, public affairs, I think, for that area of the state, commissioner. And what a fine gentleman he was. Really appreciate him coming by. But he wanted me to announce an event that the Highway Patrol was conducting, a job fair the next day, right, across all the districts. And we did that. We announced that. Follow up with us. How did that go?
It's going great. We have our next trooper school slated to start in the beginning of 2022. Applications, the deadline is 10 days away from today. So anybody interested in becoming a state trooper, they've got 10 days to put their application in, and it really is a great career, full of opportunities to serve your state, and it's truly a brotherhood, and I've been proud to work with these men and women of the MHP and our other law enforcement divisions, and doing our part to make our state safer. And I can tell you that's the other thing about cruising, is you got law enforcement in Gulfport, Biloxi, Harrison County, Long Beach, Bay St. Louis, Highway Patrol, just law enforcement from everywhere coming together, try to make this a safe event. And it's so important. I know last year we had a couple of incidents, and we want to remind everybody, it's a great place to show your car. It's a good time, but you still got to be safe, and traffic laws are going to be enforced, and they need to do things the right way.
Absolutely. And I see Major Polis out in the crowd here. So, Colonel, I know he's got a new assignment that he's been involved with, the last several months, maybe the last year or so, and he gave us an update on that a couple of weeks ago. You want to talk about that?
Yes, sir. And I have to give a shout-out to Major Polis. He's taken this new role and has embraced it, and has done more than we could have ever dreamed in the period of time he started with the 1034 project, which 1034 is our code for officer needs help. And we've realized in the last few months and year that our men and women face a lot of stress, as do all law enforcement do, and as an agency we owe it to them and their families, not just the officer but their families too, to provide support through physical well-being, mental well-being, and family happiness and togetherness, and trying to create that environment, help them as they're not at work have an enjoyable life, and if your home life is good and your health is good and your mind's in the right place, work's going to be
no doubt about it. No doubt.
And those are the important things that need to come first, because the other part of it is we want them, all these people that we're recruiting and the ones that we have here now, we want them to have an enjoyable and a healthy career here, but the day that they leave here, we want them to leave with a smile, with a feeling of accomplishment, but also no skeletons and things hanging on to them that would keep them from enjoying what they've earned in retirement.
And I know when they've got that uniform on and they're behind that badge, they're so professional and so stoical and so unemotional, which is what I believe they're trained to do. But they're still human beings.
That's right.
And sometimes they come on upon things that you can't unsee, and they're affected by that, as any human being would be. And they need help with that. And the Colonel is right. If you've got those kind of cobwebs in the brain, Commissioner, it's hard to perform.
Absolutely. And you know, if I have a bad day, or a lawyer has a bad day, a banker has a bad day, a boss has a bad day, they yell at somebody and slam the door and life goes on. Our law enforcement officers can't afford to have a bad day when they're out patrolling, and they could have things weighing on them from home or other things, but they've got to set all that aside and keep it pent up, because out on the road they got to protect themselves and keep a certain demeanor that doesn't allow them to lose control. And so, you know, it's part of learning about law enforcement, trying to not only teach new law enforcement techniques, de-escalation, but it's also important for them to learn how to de-escalate themselves.
Yeah. So I know that's been an initiative that you assigned Major Polis to. He's really taken that up.
He has.
He's taken the mantle there and run with it. He's the perfect selection for that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's great. And, you know, his wife's involved in the psychology field, and so she's a great resource. And he's such an advocate for law enforcement,
no doubt.
And MHP. When he comes in the room, he's got some credibility with the men and women that he's talking to, saying this is something important. We got to do better for each other.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So is there anything special, Colonel, that the Highway Patrol does for this event, given the amount of traffic? Is it unusual and irregular, such that you've got to maybe staff different or stage or position differently for it?
Yeah, the captain does have to do a lot more work. It's kind of like we are in the major universities. We do a football game on a Saturday, and Sunday everything's back to normal. But this is a 10-day event that causes a lot more traffic and a lot more little things that pop up. So the troop has to be a little bit more ready. They have to increase staffing, maybe change some days off so that they've got the maximum number of people here that they need to handle anything that may come up. And we're a support agency, so if Biloxi calls, we've got to be able to respond to them. Or if Wiggins calls, we've got to be able to respond to them. So we just take an extra effort to have the staffing we need.
So what's the message, Colonel? We always got to do this to the motorists. What do they need to do?
Well, just like always, it's good to everybody to come down here and have fun, but remember, you can't get behind the wheel if you've been drinking. That's a dangerous combination, especially in a crowded place like this. And then, obviously, telephones and distractions that cause us to lose sight of the road in front of us and what's happening can lead to disaster. And then take your time, slow down, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride home, and come down here and be safe and have a good time on the coast.
And put that dang seatbelt on. Please tell me, Colonel, that we're not still having to write a bunch of tickets for people not wearing their seatbelt.
Unfortunately, that still happens, and we're making our best effort to stop that from happening. We hadn't got there yet, but we're not going to quit till we do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, Commissioner, when you sign up to join the Highway Patrol, the prestigious organization it is, there's a bit of sacrifice. You understand that. That comes with as you do with any job, honestly.
That's right.
But sometimes the schedule, you've got to be a little flexible. But there's also a lot of benefits to being a member of the Highway Patrol, being with the other state troopers, the camaraderie and so forth. Just got a couple of seconds left. It's a pretty big deal.
It's a great career, and you have so much opportunity to move up and get to meet so many other wonderful people. And that's what I really love to see is when the Highway Patrolmen leave and retire, most of them go on and do other things in private business, and they've done great.
Commissioner Sean Tyndall, Colonel Randy Ginn, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, thanks so much for coming on, gentlemen. Thanks for keeping us safe on the roads. Appreciate it.
Thank you for all y'all do.
Thank you, Gerard.
We're coming right back with the CEO of the Scarlet Pearl, Luann Pappas. Stay with us.
Had a feeling I could be someone.
From the SeabrookPaint.com Weather Center, I'm Bob Sullender. For all your paint and coating needs, go to SeabrookPaint.com. Today, sunny skies, high near 84. Tonight, mostly clear and cool, low around 56. Your Thursday, sunny skies, high near 87. Thursday evening, mostly clear, low around 60. And for your finally Friday, mostly sunny conditions, high near 86. This weather brought to you by our friends at Gaddis McLaurin Mercantile since 1871. For all your deer camp needs, stop by today. Gaddis McLaurin Mercantile in downtown Bolton.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet is Mississippi's largest General Motors business elite dealer. We make it easy to maintain your fleet with over 100 work-ready vehicles available for your job site. Diesel, gas, trucks, vans, and service bodies. And we build to your business specifications. It really is easier with Rogers Dabbs Fleet. Call the Rogers Dabbs Business Elite Fleet Team today at 866-671-4226 or visit us online at rogersdabbs.com. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet. Find new roads.
In life and in business, one thing is certain: change. That's why Pilium Corporation is ready to keep you ahead of the curve on ever-evolving technology, critical for your company's security and growth.
To that end, the Pilium team offers IT support and security and forensics, plus cloud services and networking, mobile communications, body cams, and in-car video systems, and real-time crime center technology.
Visit us at Pilium.com.
Smart people, smart business, smart solutions.
Your window tint headquarters at Auto Trim Designs on Highway 80 in Pearl is now also your best source for the lasting protection of Expel paint protection film. Your car is too precious to fail to protect it from bugs, rocks, and road debris. For more info, go to autotrimdesigns.com.
The best made-to-order lunch in Northeast Jackson is at 4th and Gold Sports Cafe. Homestyle plates full of catfish, shrimp, and rib tips, just to name a few. Eat in or carry out, DoorDash or Grubhub. Call 769-208-8283. Once again, 769-208-8283.
Research shows moving is one of life's most stressful events, but thanks to 2 Men and a Truck Ridgeland, it doesn't have to be. We have everything you need. A professional team who will customize your move, a schedule to fit your convenience Monday through Saturday, and all of the necessary moving supplies, including free padding and stretch wrap to protect your belongings. Don't stress. Let 2 Men and a Truck handle your home or business moving needs. Visit 2menandatruck.com for a free, no-obligation estimate.
Hey guys, it's football season again, and the College Corner is back to get you geared up for game day. We have significantly increased our inventory, so there's even more to choose from. Still waiting in lines and fighting the big crowds in Starkville and Oxford? Come by and our staff will have you in and out and on your way. Want to score a touchdown at your next tailgate or homegate party? Then look for us online at collegecornerstore.com or come see us at our Ridgeland store and in Flowood. The College Corner, where it's our job to make your Saturdays great.
I'm JT Mitchell, and you're listening to Super Talk Mississippi News. The Mississippi Attorney General's office is asking the state to set an execution date for Thomas Edwin Loden Jr. Loden, a former U.S. Marine Corps recruiter, was convicted in the 2000 rape and killing of a 16-year-old waitress. Mississippi is one of 27 states that enforces the death penalty. Last November, David Neal Cox was the state's first execution in 9 years. And Elon Musk has reversed course and is yet again proposing to buy Twitter for $54.20 a share. According to a regulatory filing on Tuesday, officials from the social media giant have the intention to close the transaction and move on. Twitter shares have since soared 22% following the decision by Musk. For more news, sports, and politics, find us online at supertalk.fm.
Have you ever seen a field of corn or soybeans or cotton growing along the highway? Think about that for a moment. From tiny seeds comes this field of crops. You and I need to live our lives every day. The Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation celebrates 100 years in 2022. We began much the same way, as a seed of an idea that took root in 1922. In the 100 years since, the Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation has contributed so much to our lives across every county of this state. From insurance to hospitals, from private property rights to road and bridge repair, Mississippi Farm Bureau has fought to make a better way of life for Mississippians, member or not. So, while agriculture is important, we are not just a farm organization. 100 years of strengthening our families, our communities, and our state. The Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation. 100 years of faith, family, and Farm Bureau.
Big news, sports fans!
Sports Talk Mississippi, the SIPS sports leader, covering the teams you care about.
Exciting news.
This afternoon at 3 on Super Talk Mississippi. You can now watch Super Talk Mississippi on your YouTube, Roku, and on Amazon Fire devices. Plus, you can now watch Super Talk TV live on C Spire TV Channel 70. Just go to supertalk.fm/connect to find out more.
Okay, is everybody ready?
I'm ready. Ready here.
Middays with Gerard Gibert on Super Talk Mississippi.
She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409, my 409. Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes. Giddy up, 409. For I knew there would be a time. Giddy up, 409. When I would buy a brand new 409.
Midday Super Talk Mississippi. The Element Well Studios relocated to the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast for Cruisin the Coast. We're on the Biloxi Town Green, and Rhino, the view here is incredible. All these beautiful vintage classic cars. Joining us now, Rusty David, Coastal Mississippi Commissioner, representing Harrison County. Rusty, thanks for coming on Middays.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So this is just an awesome site here, elevated a bit on our Super Talk set stage, looking at all these classic cars, but most importantly, all these people having a really good time out here today taking a look.
Yes, sir. They're all excited about being downtown Biloxi, and we're excited about having everybody.
That's awesome. So what sort of involvement does Coastal Mississippi have in putting this event on?
Well, our group is promoting this outside our 6 coast counties. We do that all over the southeast regional and do a great job, and got to give everybody credit here on our commission. Our director and all the workers there at the commission do a super job of promoting this event.
Yeah, and everybody's behind it. Everybody's positive. Everybody I know works tirelessly to pull this thing off. To those that the spectators, the exhibitors, it just looks like it all comes together, and maybe they don't stop and think about and reflect on all the work that goes on behind the scenes, but it's a lot.
It definitely is a lot, and we're blessed with great volunteers through the car clubs all along the coast, and we showcase hospitality in Biloxi and on the coast.
Well, and as well you should, because it's the people that make the difference, and that's what everybody says, especially people that have never been to the great state of Mississippi and the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. It often is not what they expected in a positive way. It's much better than they think, and because they hadn't been here. You got to see it, you got to experience it, you got to witness it.
Well, if you walk down the street, everybody's saying, "Hey, how you doing? Glad you're coming. Good to see you, and please come back."
That's exactly right. Well, we love everybody. We want everybody here. We want them all participating, and they do, and they come here, and they have a good time, and that's what the Mississippi Gulf Coast is all about.
Very much so, and there's a lot of events that goes on along the coast, coastal Mississippi. We're excited about them, and we'll roll this one over and get another one started here in the next week or so.
Wow. And this is a year-round planning event. I mean, the planning for this event occurs year-round, the preparation for it. It's a lot of work.
There's something to do on the Mississippi Gulf Coast every weekend, and it only gets better, and the quality of the events get better. And like this event here has been here 26 years, started with 486 cars and a few car clubs, and now I can't, thousands of volunteers work all week long to make this a special event, and it's very much appreciated.
Yeah. So how long have you been a commissioner?
I've been a commissioner for 5 years, but I've been a big supporter of the coast for 77 years.
Okay. 70. So I assume you're born and raised here? And
yes, sir. I've been here, pretty much been involved with most anything that goes on because we love our coast area.
Okay. So how do you become a commissioner? Is that an appointed position?
It's appointed position from the supervisors.
Okay. Okay.
5 county supervisors, and it's a 5-year appointment, and I'm on my second 5 years.
Okay. And so is it something you raised your hand for, or you were just asked?
I got picked out of the crowd, I believe.
That's awesome. Well, I can see why. You're a great ambassador.
But it was good. It's an eye-opener to see a lot of things that I didn't realize went on in the three coast counties and the quality events in the three coast counties, and it makes you proud to go out and wave your flag.
Yeah. So, and this is something that all the coast counties really do get behind, this event, and support it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And it's grown so much that you see the crowd here. They'll be in Ocean Springs, and they'll be in Moss Point, they'll be in Waveland. There's something to do at night. So you got to pick your time, or you're just going to wear down.
Yeah.
We got stuff for you to do.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Would you have thought here sitting here today that we'd be witnessing this, given the devastation that we tragically experienced in 2005 with Hurricane Katrina? This place looked a little different back then.
Yes, sir, and especially in 2005, and then the one time we had to shut down on Friday because of a hurricane in the Gulf. But everybody came back the next year bigger and better. A lot of worry after 2005 of what was going to happen. We opened the doors, and they came.
Yeah. And the people here, they know that. They understand that that's part of it, but they deal with it. They manage through it. And each and every time that we've been the target of one of those storms, it always comes back bigger and better every time. That's just because the people are committed to that here.
Well, we ask our locals to please, be careful on the roads, be safe, use alternate routes, or come down to the beach and sit in a chair and watch this show. This is an 8-hour show every day.
Yeah.
And it runs into 8 or 10 o'clock at night. So it's a great thing. You don't have to go anywhere. They're going to pass you.
Yeah.
Because they're going to Waveland, they're going to Moss Point, and this is it.
And Highway 90 and the view to the south of the beautiful beach in the Gulf of Mexico, I don't know that there's a better setting to ride in a classic car than on Highway 90 on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Very much so, and it tickles me to see the new people that come, how excited they are to drive down a beach for 26 miles and see nothing but the beach.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
It's great. It may be a little backwards in some other communities, but this is the heart of the Gulf Coast.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. What are you hearing from the business folks around here? What are they saying about their economic activity and their overall financial performance? They please?
Well, what I normally do is you listen. Our waitresses, our bartenders, our cooks, they make their Christmas money this week.
Okay. How about that? That's
pretty special.
That's perfect. Perfect timing for that. Because this place, we just had the mayor on, he said that within a very small radius, there's like 7,000 hotel rooms, and I got to believe they're all occupied for this week. And so there's folks that come in here, and they're spending money. And, of course, as you say, the workers, they all benefit from that. They pocket that money, and they're in good shape for Christmas.
They get excited about it, and they talk about it all year long. Come to the coast. Come see Cruisin the Coast. Come back. Come see us. We appreciate you being here.
Wow, that is awesome.
And reaching that out is really great.
Yeah,
you reach out to the people and say, "Please come back."
What do you think about these cars? You got a favorite?
I'm kind of a '64 Falcon Futura 289 type of guy.
Okay, all right. Well, we got a Falcon right here, but I think it's a little older than that.
Those are 62, 61, 62s.
Okay. You recognize something about the style?
Oh, yes, sir. I spent 15 years at a Ford dealership, and from 1961 through 78. Yes, sir.
Yeah. How about that?
And so I'm kind of a Ford guy.
Well, that's cool.
Matter of fact, years ago we used to build cars just for fun. And young, didn't have no money, so we had to build whatever we drove.
I understand. Had to save your money, buy a part at a time. Kind of deal. I remember that. Well, there's two beautiful Falcons right there.
It is that. It's just great. And what's amazing is the diversity in the cars.
Yeah.
And you can make it whatever you want. You can put two of them just alike together and open the hood, and it's a completely different vehicle. Or the inside's completely different.
What is always stunning to me Rusty's when you open up the hoods on some, and some of these have the hoods pop for the visitors and the spectators to see. And you look inside, it looks like you could eat off those engine blocks and the other items underneath the hood there.
I got a friend of mine's got a 32 Ford Coupe with 1,100 horsepower engine in it, and he bets his friends that he put $100 on the dash.
Yeah.
If you can grab it, you can have it. And he'll put your head back on the headrest in a heartbeat. So,
that is awesome.
There's a lot of big egos in this event.
Well, that's
big
okay.
egos.
That's okay.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not at all. That means they're all working hard, doing their best to make their vehicles, their cars stand out, but they all stand out. I mean, every one of them is like a museum quality exhibit as you just go down the line here.
You remember the song Blood, Sweat, and Tears? That's
yes,
what's out here.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And the owners of these cars love to share all the information about those cars, and they know them, obviously, every single centimeter of these cars, and they like to talk about that. It's fascinating, no doubt.
What's amazing, tomorrow's Ocean Springs, and you can go to Ocean Springs tomorrow morning and you'll see a whole different set of cars.
Isn't that something?
It's absolutely fabulous. And the other thing is they'll register, hopefully break the record this year, but on the other hand, there's probably another 3,500 or 4,000 cars that aren't registered.
Okay.
That a guy brings another car, and somebody will drive it. I have a friend of mine up in front of City Hall that's got 5 cars. He's looking for somebody to drive one of them.
That is amazing. Well, it's a fantastic event. Congratulations on another very impressive, successful year. Rusty David, Coastal Mississippi Commissioner from Harrison County. Thanks for coming on Middays, Rusty. Appreciate it. We're going to step aside for a break right here. The Element Well Studios on the Mississippi Gulf Coast at Cruisin the Coast. We're coming right back. Stay with us.
At Gateway Rescue Mission, we feed hungry people. We offer shelter to people seeking life change. And we serve as sort of a beacon of hope that says, hey, God cares for you. I'm Rex Baker. Rescue mission work is not glamorous, but we do see lives changed. Check us out at gatewaymission.org. Find out how you can get involved and join God at work here in Jackson and at Gateway Rescue Mission.
Hey, this is Bob, and if you're like me, you like dealing with local people. Majestic Metals was founded in Mississippi in 1954 and are headquartered right in Gluckstadt. For complete metal building systems and steel roofing and siding, call the hometown folks. Majestic Metals, 800-647-8540 or online at majesticmetalsinc.com.
Hello, I'm Colonel Randy Gann, Director of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. In 2021, MHP investigated 1,480 crashes involving commercial motor vehicles on Mississippi roadways. Many of those crashes could have been avoided. The MHP Motor Carrier Safety Division is partnering with big rig truckers to conduct safety checks across our state through the Troopers and Truckers Safety Initiative. The Department of Public Safety and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration are working together with one common goal: to keep our highways safe for everyone. Thank you and drive safe.
Good Things with Rebecca Turner is brought to you in part by Trust Care, where you'll find a team of experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff. Visit TrustCareHealth.com to schedule an appointment today. Trust Care. Feel better, faster.
Are the trees and shrubs running your yard instead of you? Let the tree professionals at Baroni's Tree Pros take out your problem limb by limb. Baroni's Tree Pros is your complete tree, shrub, and stump removal service. No job is too big for the tree professionals at Baroni's Tree Pros. And with our superior cleanup, you can't go wrong. Baroni's Tree Pros, 601-345-8090. 601-345-8090. That's 601-345-8090. Or online at baronistreepros.com. That's baronistreepros.com.
This is the Midday Agri-Market Report. Bear Ag is on a winning streak as it battles the remaining cases targeting its Roundup weed killer, a change that several juries had held responsible for causing cancer, and the company set aside about $16 billion for settlements. A St. Louis jury in September ruled in Bayer's favor in a trial involving several plaintiffs, delivering the company its 5th consecutive trial victory as it seeks to resolve tens of thousands of unsettled lawsuits alleging that Roundup, the world's mostly widely used herbicide, pesticide cause cancer in homeowners, landscapers, and farmers. Bayer maintains that Roundup is safe to use and has cited regulatory reviews with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and other regulators that have determined that it does not pose a cancer risk. October is National Pork Month, and this year pork has seen a dramatic increase in retail sales. And from cooking up some exciting new flavors to learning more about America's pork farms, check out pork.org/real-pork.
Are you looking for a contractor for your new home or remodel? Go licensed. Unlicensed contractors may try to convince you that pulling your own permit can save you money, but they may do shoddy work, or in some cases no work at all, costing you far more in the long run. Protect yourself and your investment by comparing estimates from 3 licensed contractors. Remember, go licensed.
For more information, contact the Mississippi State Board of Contractors at msboc.us.
Twilight concerts at Renaissance are back as Ratchet Entertainment presents Blues Traveler and Government Mule live Saturday, October 22nd. Blues Traveler with Government Mule. Plus Bonneville. Tickets on sale now at twilightms.com for Government Mule, Blues Traveler, and Bonneville. Brought to you by Southern Beverage, Renaissance, Visit Ridgeland, and Watkins Construction. Produced by Ratchet Entertainment Group.
This is Ben Shapiro reminding you to listen to The Ben Shapiro Show weekday nights starting at 9 p.m. here on 97.3 Super Talk Jackson.
It's so awesome! Middays with Gerard Gibert.
Come on, let's get on with the show!
On Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi live from Cruisin the Coast, presented by Coastal Mississippi. So, Rhino, I got a feeling you're not going to run out of car content tunes today. There's so many, if you think about it, through our history, because Americans have had a love affair with the car. And I think it's kind of uniquely American, honestly. And most of these cars, these vintage cars, many of which are muscle cars. I remember that. Of course, gas was about 19 cents a gallon back in those days as well. But you think about how much that has been incorporated into our culture and in our music. You're playing car-related music today, yesterday. I don't think we run out for a while.
Yeah, I had to decide just how many Beach Boys songs I was going to use and then go from there. But I would say, besides America, Italy and Japan may be the only 2 other countries that really give a rip about cars the same way we do. Germany, maybe. But that's just because they're really into the whole engineering and specifications of it. But for having an actual car culture, Japan has the street drifting racing and the crazy designed trucks and cars where they just put all the tchotchkes on there and it looks all crazy, but that's their car culture. And then in Italy, they got Ferraris. I mean, that's just Italy.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit the UK, what I remember about UK vehicles, of course, Jaguar, I guess the first thing that comes to mind. Jaguar. Is that the proper pronunciation? Jaguar, okay. And Rolls-Royce, of course, comes to mind. But then I think about the MGs. And I remember some folks that had the MG Midget. Then they have a Midget and a Spider. You couldn't name a car a Midget today, could you, Rhino? You get canceled if you did. But what I remember is that they drive them on the weekends, and they spend the rest of the week getting them ready to drive again on the weekend. You couldn't rely on them to drive every day. They were so sensitive, it seemed like, and could just something could happen, and all of a sudden they don't work anymore. Not like today's vehicles. You just get in them and expect them to work. You don't have to mess with them too much. Minor maintenance. But those vehicles, if you wanted one, they were fun. They were cool. The top's down, the big old wheels. Little 2-seaters jetting around, but you'd work on them all week, so they'd work for you on the weekend, so they'd crank and ride you around. It's pretty cool. So most of the vehicles you see today, the cars, is the old, the traditional American manufacturers, Ford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, of course, all part of GM. At Buicks, of course, part of GM, Pontiacs. I mean, that's when you had the General Motors and you had all the various divisions, and they all had kind of their product lineup was kind of similar if you think about it. You know, you had the Chevrolets, which were considered kind of the more moderate, and then you stepped up maybe to Pontiac, Buick, and then you had the Cadillac. And the term Cadillac is kind of synonymous with being on the top, you know, being the best in a particular category of anything. That's the Cadillac, you know. And that's kind of stuck around for a while. But I think it's a testament to American ingenuity, American innovation, American prowess, manufacturing prowess, so much that America has benefited and the world has benefited from what occurred in the making and the evolution of the automobile manufacturing industry. I think that's safe to say, and it's certainly on display here today on the Biloxi Town Green that I'm looking at all these vehicles and all the people. It's really pretty cool. Something that we do want to pass on. You've probably seen by now that OPEC says they're going to decrease their output of oil so as to increase the price. They're not happy with the price, and most economists are suggesting that is really trying to get ahead of what is expected to be an economic downturn where there would be decreased demand. So decreased demand, they're trying to prop the price up so that they don't suffer too much from a revenue and profit perspective. Meanwhile, we got Joe Biden. It wasn't too long ago. Do you remember, Rhino? Joe went over to the Saudis. Remember he was fist bumping the prince? Remember that scene, that image, which looked kind of silly in my view? And he was over there to some extent with hat in hand saying, hey, guys, can you crank it up some, produce more so we can get the price down because Americans aren't happy about this, and it may figure into the midterms and my approval ratings and so forth. So he does that, but then today or yesterday they announced, we're going to cut back on production. What does that say about his ability to really influence the world economy, the world stage? I don't think it's going too well for him. So the market's down today because investors think, these guys are cutting back on production. Meanwhile, Joe was bragging not too long ago about decreasing the price of gas. He was taking responsibility for it. Now that it's going up, by the way, you saw Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday was asked that question, and now what she says is, no, it's the Putin price hike. We're back to that again. It's the Putin war. That's why the price is up. So crazy. We're going to step aside for a break right here, top of the hour. When we come back, Anna Harris from the Mardi Gras Museum here on the Gulf Coast. Stay with us.
And I can't wait to get on the road again. And I can't wait to get on the road again.
You're listening to WFMN Flora Jackson, SuperTalk, Mississippi, powered by your tree professionals at Barone's Tree Pros. Online at baronestreepros.com.
News. I'm Chris Foster. President Biden in Florida plans to meet with Governor Ron DeSantis and tour damage from Hurricane Ian. Fox Weather's Robert Ray.
There are emergency vehicles that continue to come in here. Search and rescue is active right now as the death toll rises, and people that we spoke to, including officials and folks that are reeling from the loss of life, tell us that those rescue operations could continue for another 5 to 7 days.
In the Fort Myers area, more than 100 deaths are blamed on the storm, mostly in Florida. A student at Purdue University in Indiana is accused of murdering his roommate.
This morning at 12:44 a.m., we received a 911 call from a subject alerting us to the death of his roommate.
Purdue University Police Chief Leslie Wheat's not saying whether a weapon was used or what the motive may have been. America's listening to Fox News.
As locals, ADS Security is committed to keeping the community safe. We're the same great company, same local office, with the same local service you've counted on for years. Visit us in Gluckstadt. ADS Security, 601-898-3105. Call today.
I'm Andy Gibson, your Commissioner of Agriculture, inviting you to the 163rd Mississippi State Fair in Jackson, October 6th through 16th. There'll be music, food, rides, and games for the whole family. This year we're going to have great live music, all free with the price of admission. Come on out to experience Scotty McCreery, David Lee Murphy, Midnight Star, B.O.B., and Bobby Rush. You can also enjoy daily shows from local entertainers on the main stage. It's all waiting for you at the Mississippi State Fair, October 6th through 16th. I'll see you there.
Don't let joint pain or a sports injury keep you down. Capital Ortho is ready with a new look, a new name, and the same great care to get you back in the game. 601-987-8200 for all your bone and joint needs. Choose Capital Ortho and get back to living your best life. Hotty toddy.
I'm JT Mitchell, and you're listening to SuperTalk Mississippi News. A woman who escaped from a jail in Hancock County on Friday night has been captured by authorities. 27-year-old Casey Mitchell was taken back into custody around 7:30 Tuesday night in Lawrence County. Mitchell is being held on both a misdemeanor charge as well as one charge of larceny. And the Mississippi State Fair returns to Jackson Thursday, and with some new security measures. Commissioner of Agriculture Andy Gibson explains.
We've got 7 entry points that everybody will come through as they enter the midway, and we put in place an age limit after 9 o'clock. If you're coming in after 9, if you're under 18, you have to have adult supervision with you after 9 o'clock.
The new security measures, which also include metal detectors, are being implemented following a mass shooting that took place at the fairgrounds back in April.
Call toll-free.
Welcome back. We're talking to Bob and his wife about doghouse living.
Well, it's okay. Our doghouse is a double wide and 2 stories at that.
Wow. An alternative for today's high-priced homes.
Really? Try having your feet hang out all winter.
Yeah, it's challenging.
Folks, stay out of the doghouse by calling 811 before you dig.
Let's make our goal 0 damages, 0 injuries.
This is Jake Mangum, player for the New York Mets organization and former Mississippi State Bulldog. You can't make it in life without making good choices. Choices like living healthy, going to school, taking care of your family, and insurance through Farm Bureau. With their exceptional customer service and competitive insurance rates, they're a good choice anyone can make. If you aren't already on the team, it's time to join Farm Bureau. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance. Or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
The Beach Boys will be performing at the Beau Rivage during this year's Cruisin the Coast. Singer Mike Love explains why the audience will love their songs, which are thematic with the coast's biggest event.
The audience still loves our songs, and particularly with Cruisin the Coast weekend, you know, we did a whole lot of car songs like 409 and Shut Down and I Get Around and Fun, all kinds of, you know, songs having to do with cruising and cars, and so it's really, you know, this is the time of year we love to come down to the coast.
The Beach Boys are also celebrating 60 years as a band.
We're celebrating our 60th year now. We've got an album called Sounds of Summer and the 2 CD companion to it. So there's a 3 CD box set there they put out, Capitol Records did, and it's celebrating those 60 years of the Sounds of Summer.
Caleb Sailors, Super Talk, Mississippi News.
Join Sports Talk Mississippi every Friday during the 5 o'clock hour for Food Fridays presented by Polk's Meat. We'll tell you our favorite way to grill the delicious Polk's Original, Cajun, and garlic and green onion sausages, as well as other barbecue favorites. Remember, picky people pick Polk's.
Looking for something fun you and your family can do this weekend? Join Rebecca Turner every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. during Good Things to learn more about statewide events and happenings. Sponsored by the Mississippi Main Street Association.
This is Jake Mangum, player for the New York Mets organization and former Mississippi State Bulldog. Whether you're playing ball, driving your truck, or working in the yard, safety is everything. You've got to make sure that you're prepared for the worst, but do everything you can to aim for the best. That's why I go with Farm Bureau. They've always kept me ready for anything with exceptional customer service and competitive rates. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance. Or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
To all the folks in the Capital City metro area, love to have you join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, Gallo Show. We'll start your day the informed way. Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
And now, the The talk that keeps Mississippi talking.
That's what I like to listen to.
You're listening to Middays with Gerard Gibert. Here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi. We're coming at you live from the Biloxi Town Green, the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast for Cruisin the Coast. Having a good time, beautiful weather, lots of people taking in the scenery of these classic cars, and they are exceptional, incredible. And the Mississippi Gulf Coast has such a diverse culture, and to accent that, we've got Anna Harris from the Mardi Gras Museum here on the Gulf Coast. Anna, thanks for coming on Middays.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us about the Mardi Gras Museum. How long has that been in existence?
Well, we have been open since the 1980s.
Okay.
We have been in our current location since 2019.
Okay. And what is your role there?
I'm the executive director.
Okay. All right. So tell us about the exhibits. What can one see when they tour the museum?
Well, we have a lot of wonderful exhibits. We have quite a few Gulf Coast Carnival, Kings and Queens and Maids and Dukes, as well as the Crew of Neptune, which is a big crew here in Biloxi, and many, many other crews. Right now, we're really excited. We have a 100-year centennial exhibition for the crew of
cool.
La Musquet.
Okay. So I'm assuming that I haven't been. I got to go now. Now that I know about this. So some of the exquisite and extravagant costumes, I'm sure, are on display from the years.
Yes, very extravagant costumes. Our oldest one we have out right now is the 50-year reign of Queen Ixalip from 1972. We have, ones that have just been worn in the past few years with lots of feathers, big mantles.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
And that's part of the spectacle, isn't it? Is the glam of the costumes. It's so cool to see that. It's the kind of the one time we sort of play make-believe, put the costumes on and play like we're royalty, but it's a blast, isn't it?
It is. It is a lot of fun. It's really fun to see all the different themes. So each costume is unique, to each crew, each year.
Yeah.
And all the creativity that people put into it is really cool.
What about some of the traditions? This is something I think a lot of people that don't live in the coastal area, in the areas where Mardi Gras is observed and celebrated the way it is here on the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, etc. What about some of the traditions such as selecting the king?
Mm-hmm. It's really neat because each crew has its own kind of bylaws that they follow and how they select the king.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it might be the board, sometimes it's the captain who's like the president of the organization, and there's even one ladies group where they elect their queen from the full membership.
Oh, okay. It used to be the king cake, right?
Yeah.
That was the original tradition.
Find the baby.
Find the baby, yeah.
Yep.
In fact, my parents, native New Orleanians, both have long since passed away, said at one time before it was the baby, it was a golden bean.
I think it was a bean,
yeah.
yes. And originally they would put the beans in the cake.
In the dough somewhere, just kind of random. You get whoever got the bean was the king.
That's right. And I think each country kind of has their own traditions too. So in Germany it was a different king cake, and France is the one that we have today in America.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
And it's just a whole lot of fun. So that's another situation that's 3-4 months away, and this place once again is filled up with visitors and tourists to come here for the great Mardi Gras on the Gulf Coast.
It is. It's a wonderful time of year to come, kind of like cruising weather. Yeah. It's gorgeous, and usually Fat Tuesday is about the same.
Yeah.
It's warm, it's beautiful. It's a great time to visit the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
So do you find that a lot of people, when they come for Mardi Gras, also take in the museum?
They do. They love the museum because they get to get a little more of the history. The parade is fun, and obviously that's a great public spectacle.
Yeah.
But this gives them, some background on what the balls are like, the courts, and how we've celebrated, for over 100 years here in Mississippi.
Do you have a favorite exhibit personally?
Oh, it's so hard to pick. Probably my favorite is our education collection, which is a group of costumes people can come in and try on.
Oh.
So, of course, kids love it, but you see people of all ages getting dressed up, taking pictures.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They really love that.
And, not so much anymore, but I remember as a child, and my parents regularly attended Mardi Gras being from New Orleans, in New Orleans, but it was traditional back then for families to dress in costumes. Do you remember that? And my mother was a great seamstress, and she would make them for all the family. I mean, like 30 or so costumes. We'd all be the same, and one year I remember being periods, clowns, and that was really cool. But I don't know that it's done so much anymore. But
it's not as much on Fat Tuesday. Here in Biloxi, we have the Children's Marching Parade. The Saturday, not the weekend of Mardi Gras, but the weekend before that. And we have a costume contest for children, and people do go all out for that. I would love to see families do it on Fat Tuesday and at the Neptune Parade, and get your friends and come up with the theme and go all out. That would be a really nice thing to bring back.
And it's a shot in the arm for the economy here. Mardi Gras is as well, right?
It's a huge economic boost. Our hotels are filled out. People are throwing parties. They are going to restaurants. All of that really has a huge impact on the economy.
Yeah. What would be the oldest artifact you might have in the museum?
Oh, goodness. We probably have Gulf Coast Carnival costumes going back to maybe the 1950s and 60s. Some of that was lost, unfortunately, in Katrina. But we have quite a few old costumes, lots of old doubloons and glass beads, which are some of the first beads that were
the glass,
thrown.
right. Yeah. So where do they come from? How do you harvest those? Are families just aware of this, and they maybe want to preserve them and give them to the museum for that purpose, so other people can enjoy them?
So people donate. It's a big, important part of your life. You're very attached to these costumes, but what are you going to do with them?
Yeah, exactly.
So you give them to us, and that way they can be enjoyed for generations to come.
And preserved as well. So do you continue to collect?
We do. We would love to have more rooms so we could take everything, but we try to pick pieces we don't have and build our collection out, especially older pieces and, of course, newer pieces too, just so that we can continue. In 50 years we'll be showing 50-year anniversary.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So, I mean, it's interesting when you think about Mardi Gras is a very old tradition. It's been around a long time.
Really long time.
Of course, it's rooted in a religious event, which is the first day of Lent. It begins the day after Fat Tuesday. So the idea, the concept was, let's go live it up while we can, because when the clock strikes midnight on Fat Tuesday, that layers over into Lent, and you got to sort of take it easy at that point.
That's right. So the words like carne and carnival are all referring to meat and eating meat before they would be giving it up during Lent.
I didn't know that, actually. That's some interesting trivia there. So, and origins in France, I believe, right?
Yes. So Mardi Gras goes back even before France, but the French were the ones who brought it to America, and that's why we call it Mardi Gras, which is a French word for Fat Tuesday. And they, came to Biloxi in 1699.
Right.
Quickly settled down here, and it was obviously important tradition to them in France because they were celebrating throwing parades by 1703 in Mobile.
Isn't that something? And of course, Biloxi, as is the case, I think, with and the coast in general, with most coastal communities in our country, you had so many immigrants over the years that came into this country, sought to take up residence in this country, and many of them just really didn't make it too far beyond the coast, which is why we ended up with such melting pot and diverse communities across our coast. And the Mississippi Gulf Coast is no exception there.
Very diverse, and that's what makes it so much fun, and all that diversity comes into Mardi Gras, and we've made it our own here, so it's different than it is in France and in New Orleans and in Mobile. It's special.
All right, so what about the Cruisin the Coast folks? Do you see some of them make their way over to the Mardi Gras Museum?
They
should.
Do, and we love having them. Today's a great day because they're already in Biloxi, so we love to have them, and then they do come in the rest of the week as well, so we're running a $5 admission today.
Okay.
We hope all the cruisers will come out.
And what are the hours?
We're open from 10 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay. And I guess something else that comes to mind is, what about people that have no idea what Mardi Gras is and have never been to a Mardi Gras, other parts of the country? Did they come through as well?
They do. Honestly, that's most of our people. So it's really fun. People come, from the Midwest or the Northeast, and they learn all about it. They may have seen the parades in New Orleans and kind of partying, and they really learn about the history and all the diversity that's into it. It's not just about the parade and Bourbon Street.
Speaking of history, what about photographs? Do you have some photographic content as well?
We have wonderful photos. We have photos going back to the very first parade in 1908. Wow. It really do have a treasure trove of wonderful photographs and archival.
That's awesome. So, do you have curators on staff?
Well, I'm really the curator right now, and then I have some people that do help me as well.
So you're the artiste.
I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How'd you get interested in that? Do you have a background in that?
I do. I have a master's in art history, and I had worked more in traditional art museums, and I started working here about 2 years ago. It's been really fun. I love Mardi Gras. I love art, and certainly costumes are a very unique
I got you.
Form.
Before we go, are you native to the area?
I am. I was born and raised in Biloxi.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations on all the success. I've heard nothing but positive things about the Mardi Gras Museum, and folks need to come see it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Anna Harris with the Mardi Gras Museum here in Biloxi on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. We're at Cruisin the Coast, coastal Mississippi. Sponsoring this, we're coming right back. I think we've got the mayor of Gulfport, Mayor Billy Hughes.
Shut 'em down. Shut 'em down. Shut 'em down. Shut 'em down. Shut 'em down.
From the SeabrookPaint.com Weather Center, I'm Bob Sullender. For all your paint and coating needs, go to SeabrookPaint.com. Today, sunny skies, high near 84. Tonight, mostly clear and cool, low around 56. Your Thursday, sunny skies, high near 87. Thursday evening, mostly clear, low around 60. And for your finally Friday, mostly sunny conditions, high near 86. This weather brought to you by our friends at Gaddis McLaurin Mercantile since 1871. For all your deer camp needs, stop by today. Gaddis McLaurin Mercantile in downtown Bolton.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store in Richland. Now's the best time of the year to save more with Mahindra, and it all starts with zero. Pay zero down and 0% interest up to 60 months. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift, capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. So get zero down, 0% interest for up to 60 months on Mahindra, the world's #1 selling tractor, Mahindra, available at the Tractor Store in Richland.
I'm Rex Baker with Gateway Rescue Mission. Every day, I see people in crisis. On the surface, they need a good meal. Deep inside, they need hope. On my best day ever, I can't save anybody, but we each can be a tool God uses to change a life. I want to challenge you. Allow God to use you to help someone else today. Check us out at gatewaymission.org, helping people right here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Magnolia Health is made for Mississippi. A statewide network of specialists and primary care physicians at more than 17,000 locations. Community outreach programs and quality jobs for nearly 400 Mississippians. Our commitment to building healthier communities in Mississippi has never been stronger. Learn more at magnoliahealthplan.com/benefits.
So how do you know if you have hail damage? Not all roof damage can be spotted from the ground. Gallo here. From experience, believe me, you need a pro that you can trust to give you an honest assessment of your roof. There's no better team than Watkins Construction and Roofing. You can trust them to give you an honest evaluation. The Watkins team will answer your call 24/7 and give you a complimentary roof inspection and estimate. Plus, count on them to get back with you as fast as the next business day. Financing's available. Count on the pros. Watkins, 601-966-8233.
Hi, I'm Thomas Trammell with Family Terminal. With all the excessive heat we've had during this summer, mosquitoes are running rampant. Protect your family, protect your home. Give us a call at 601-933-1014 or reach us at our website at www.family-termite.com. That's 601-933-1014 or at our website www.family-termite.com.
Here with a special invitation to join us weekday morning, 6 to 9. Breaking news, quick shots, analysis, all right here on SuperTalk Jackson 97.3.
Now back to Middays with Gerard here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi. We are at Cruisin the Coast on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. Little change in schedule. We've got the mayor of Pascagoula, Mississippi, Mayor Jay Willis, on the program. Mayor, thanks for coming on Middays.
It's a pleasure, Gerard. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. This is just an awesome time, an awesome event, and everybody needs to come see it and experience it. It's incredible.
It truly is a surprise to me at the fact that there are still people in Mississippi that have never been to Cruisin the Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, 26 years of this, and the crowds and the wonderful stuff happening here for 10 days. It's a great event.
It really is. And I was remarking to Woody, the executive director, who was on the program earlier, and of course, Mayor Fofo Gilich of Biloxi. This looks like a bigger crowd than last year to me.
I think it is. I think this is going to be a record-setting crowd for sure, and the number of cars that continue to grow, it's like, so how many more are we going to be seeing here?
And that's the ones that are registered.
That's right.
Because we've learned from Woody this morning, we got a lot here that haven't registered. And, of course, this is kind of a snowball situation, isn't it, Mayor? People come here and they're saying, I'm never missing this again once they come for the first time.
Absolutely, and it especially is that way in Pascagoula. It's amazing how our venue has grown. We are serious about Cruisin the Coast in Pascagoula, and year after year after year, we see repeat visitors who say, this is my favorite place.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's just a really great opportunity for the city of Pascagoula, and we welcome everybody over that way.
Well, I feel like the more that we can get people from outside of Mississippi inside the great state of Mississippi and experience all that we have to offer, and especially interact with the people, whatever opinion they had and perception of the state prior to that, it changes once they get here.
Absolutely does. We see it all the time. We've been reading about some of these retirees from California and New York who get to the point in their lives that it's time to make some changes.
Yep.
And they show up in Mississippi and they say, oh my gosh, I can't afford to live in California as a retiree, or New York, or Arizona. And Mississippi is where they want to be, and they love it here, and they'll never leave.
Well, and if you think about the quality of life, you've got all the ingredients. You really do. You've got great schools, great health care, great shopping, great amenities, great culture, safe communities, beauty of the Gulf Coast. All the above.
Oh, it's just wonderful. In Pascagoula, we not only have the easy access to the barrier islands and the type of offshore fishing, we have the Pascagoula River, which is the longest unobstructed free-flowing river in the United States. And you get up that way and you can do some serious freshwater fishing.
Yeah, and I've been around it in incredibly pristine, undisturbed nature.
Absolutely.
It's just unbelievable.
It truly is.
Right here. So, and this is also a situation, isn't it, Mayor, where all the communities, all the counties really do work in concert with each other to pull this thing off and make it be the best it can be.
Oh, it is. It has become such a huge organization. It takes everybody working together.
Sure.
And planning begins very shortly after this year's event is over for next year's event, and everybody puts their heads together and their hands together, and we have a lot of planning and preparation that's going on in Pascagoula right now.
It really is incredible. So the mayor of Biloxi said earlier that just within a radius of our position right here, there's like 7,000 hotel rooms, which is incredible when you think about it.
Isn't that amazing? And it wasn't that many years ago that we didn't have that type of growth.
Right.
And that's been such a blessing for tourism on the Gulf Coast, and so many good things happening, and we're just proud to be a part of it over in Pascagoula.
Tell us about what's going on in your city, the city of Pascagoula. I understand that you've got a new Rolls-Royce plant opening up. Is that right?
This is the Center of Excellence number 2. The Rolls-Royce plant's been there for a couple of decades, probably.
Okay.
They manufacture these huge propellers, the size of the bus behind us.
Okay.
I'm talking large propellers. And not only for the ships that are being built at Ingalls Shipbuilding, but we are now the supplier for propellers in Maine, in the shipyards in Maine, and the shipyards in Virginia, the nuclear submarines. They haul these propellers way up north, way far away, and tomorrow is the grand opening for the newest Center of Excellence, which includes a training program for future employees interested in going to work for Rolls-Royce.
What were the key factors, you believe, in their selection of Pascagoula for this facility?
I think that we already have such a reputation of having a quality, educated, hardworking workforce. With Ingalls Shipbuilding and their 15,000 employees and 3,000 more just recently announced openings, the Chevron refinery, which is the largest Chevron refinery in the United States, Halter Marine, and the growth they have seen, we have a real culture of loving our industries and supporting them any way that we possibly can. And we continue to plan on building on that and seeing more and more growth. We have an amazing economic development foundation, which is a public-private partnership that all the industries work together to bring more industries to Pascagoula.
Okay. Well, and you touched on something when you began remarking on that, Mayor, which is the workforce. This is the number one thing we hear from all businesses that are thinking about where to locate, where to expand, how to expand, and so forth. So it's their number one checkbox item. Can we get qualified, good workers, good labor to staff out our organization? Number one.
Absolutely. And with the kind of growth that we are seeing, when you have 3,000 new jobs opening up, it can be a challenge just to find those workers.
No doubt.
Much less bring them to South Mississippi.
Yeah, no doubt. But there's so much positive to be a resident here, to work here, to live, to play. Hopefully it's getting a little easier to attract those people, because I think all the coastal communities have done a fantastic job of really making this a place that is conducive to doing business.
Absolutely, and a lot of the results have come from organizations like Coastal Mississippi, who's here today sponsoring this event.
Yep.
Getting the word out, doing whatever they possibly can, and we've had real success in it being a one coast approach. All of the 6 coastal counties working together, the mayors talking to each other on a regular basis and figuring out best practices. How do we do things? What do we need? What can I do differently to make my town better?
Because everybody benefits.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though in the case of the Rolls-Royce plant located physically in Pascagoula, the reality is the entire coastal area benefits from
Absolutely. And many of the workers in Pascagoula live up and down the coast, as far north as Hattiesburg and Laurel, and drive in every day. But we are the engine driving the economy of South Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, and even a big part of the United States.
Yeah, no doubt. And the key is, isn't it, Mayor, we got to tell the story. And we're getting better at that. We're a whole lot better at that, I think, now than we were a short few years ago, telling the story, because once folks hear the story, okay, I'm sold. And that's usually what the result is.
That's exactly right. Once they hear what we have to offer in Pascagoula, the quality of life that they can have in a wonderful, high-paying job.
Yeah.
They're sold. They don't leave.
Yeah, and it's not by accident.
That's right.
It's all intentional.
That's right.
And a lot of that is, I think, a result of listening on the part of municipal and county governments, listening to industry, hearing what they need. You can't make those decisions in a vacuum, and I think those mistakes in our country in general have been made, and hopefully responsive and responsible government has figured out, we need to listen to what these people need and create an environment that really meets their needs.
No doubt. That's exactly what we try to do, and we've gotten to the point where we understand the importance of tooting our own horn.
Yeah,
and we have the right people in the right places allowing us to do that.
You got to do it. And events like this, Cruisin the Coast, really kind of put the icing on the cake, to use a metaphor there, because people see, the activity and the flow of people in here, and this extravaganza, all of these hotels, all the restaurants, all the businesses, and all these fantastic cars, and the good people from all over the country. That really tells the story to a great extent.
It does. It does. It's a wonderful, wonderful time.
Mayor, thanks so much for coming on, and congratulations on all your success in the city of Pascagoula and on the Gulf Coast and on this event. Thank you,
Gerard,
sir.
thank you so much for inviting me, and we have great things happening in the city of Pascagoula. We want everybody cruising the coast to show up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for our cruise.
You got it. Jay Willis, the mayor of Pascagoula, has been our guest on Middays. We're going to take a break right here. In a couple of segments, we've got Jimmy Ladner, Coastal Mississippi Commissioner from Hancock County. Stay with us.
How can I get this car out of second?
What if there was a paint that could awaken something as old as that Rip Van Winkle guy?
Hey, what?
Because it could adhere to the most weathered exteriors and completely restore its youth.
Hey, there's hair on my head again.
If a paint could give any time-worn surface stunning new life, is it still paint? Regal Select Exterior from Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Seabrook Paints in Jackson and Ridgeland. Visit SeabrookPaints.com.
I'm Denman Ferguson, realtor with Four Corner Properties, serving Mississippi and beyond. Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home or wanting a special family recreational hunting tract, give me a call and I will assist you throughout the process from searching, listing, to closing. Call me, Denman, at 601-214-6433 or call the office at 601-952-2828. Please call me with all your real estate needs. Thank you.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
How do you and your staff get things done? Teamwork. When a team works together, they can do anything. That's why all of us at Janny King, the king of clean, are excited to team up with you. At Janny King, our team has been working together for over 35 years, cleaning your places for work, education, medical attention, eateries, stadiums, and worship. Let our team help your team. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and trust your clean to the king. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
The best made-to-order lunch in Northeast Jackson is at 4th and Gold Sports Cafe. The wings, the chicken tenders and bites, fried or grilled, and the best specialty pizzas in the metro. Call 769-208-8283. That's 769-208-8283. 769-208-8283.
For all your glass needs, call Venable Glass Services. Glass Networks. They're there to try and steer you to use their own glass shop. Well, you can tell your insurance you want to use Venable Glass, and there'll be no additional cost to them to get the highest quality glass. Venable Glass is locally owned and operated, and they do windshield replacement and rock repair right there in their shops, or they'll even come to you in the Tri-County area for free. That's right, free mobile service. At Venable Glass, they also do frameless and frame shower doors, mirrors cut to size and installed, picture frame glass, tables, desktops, insulated glass, plexiglass, commercial storefronts, and heavy equipment glass. Venable Glass. They'll come out and give you a free estimate. They want to work hard for your business. Venable Glass. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and on Saturday, 8 to noon. Hey, there's two locations too in Ridgeland at 660 Highway 51 North and Brandon at 209 Woodgate Drive South in Cross Gates. Check them out on the web at venableglass.com. Remember, for all your glass needs, call Venable Glass Services, 601-605-4443.
Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Ole Miss Sports. New Chevrolets, great pre-owned vehicles, an excellent fleet department, all backed by an award-winning service department. That's Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, Cross Gates, Brandon, or RogersDabbs.com.
I'm JT Mitchell, and you're listening to SuperTalk Mississippi News. A woman who escaped from a jail in Hancock County on Friday night has been captured by authorities. 27-year-old Casey Mitchell was taken back into custody around 7:30 Tuesday night in Lawrence County. Mitchell is being held on both a misdemeanor charge as well as one charge of larceny. And the Mississippi State Fair returns to Jackson Thursday and with some new security measures. Commissioner of Agriculture Andy Gibson explains.
We've got 7 entry points that everybody will come through as they enter the Midway, and we put in place an age limit after 9 o'clock. If you're coming in after 9, if you're under 18, you have to have adult supervision with you after 9 o'clock.
The new security measures, which also include metal detectors, are being implemented following a mass shooting that took place at the fairgrounds back in April.
This place right here, this is C-Spire country. It's where Matt's sister scheduled her wedding on a college football Saturday. But luckily, he's a man with a plan. A wireless plan with blazing fast 5G, so he can stream the game right on his phone. One eye on the nuptials.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
The other on the action.
Welcome to C-Spire country, where champions reign. 5G not available in all areas. Capable device required. Visit cspire.com for details.
Did you know that Mississippi Industries for the Blind has been serving our community for over 80 years? MIB supports our efforts by selling the products we manufacture as well as offering office and janitorial supplies. MIB can help you kill COVID with our germicidal surface disinfectants and help keep your hands clean with our Purell soap and sanitizers. Shop with a purpose. You'll be helping yourself, your business, and other Mississippians. Check us out at msblind.org.
Mississippi, the place you call home, is a state like no other. From the music to the food and the people, the Magnolia State has so many good things to celebrate. And now you can, each weekday afternoon from 2 to 3 on Good Things with Rebecca Turner, Mississippi's Radio Happy Hour, bringing you the good stories of Mississippi's people, places, and all the good things to do. Life doesn't always have to be serious, so let's have fun. Good Things with Rebecca Turner, weekdays from 2 to 3 on SuperTalk Mississippi. You're listening to Middays with Gerard Gibert, here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Little GTO, you really looking fine. 3 deuces and a 4 speed and a 389. Listen to her jacking up now. Listen to her whine.
Welcome back to Middays, live from Cruisin the Coast, sponsored by Coastal Mississippi, the Element Well Studios. Moved down here to the Biloxi Town Green. What a fantastic view I have from the perch here over this mountain. I'm telling you, a sea of beautiful classic cars and lots of people walking through here, enjoying the scenery. Beautiful weather, beautiful view of the gorgeous Gulf Coast. And these vintage vehicles, man, are incredible. In fact, the bumper music there, Rhino, little GTO. I've seen a couple of GTOs. I don't know if they were the exact specs there. What was that, a 389 and 4 on the floor? All that stuff. It's pretty cool. I did have somebody come by earlier in the other segment that we were talking without a guest. I just happened to mention that Cadillac, the term Cadillac, had kind of become synonymous through the years of being the best in a particular category. Somebody came by that is obviously a big fan of the Mercury Lincoln town cars. It came by to let me know, don't forget about the Lincolns too. So shout out to the Lincolns. I totally agree. They were awesome vehicles and they're still being made right today. There's different versions of Lincolns. You know, the other one I remember that fascinated me as a child, Rhino, and I tell you why, because it was the first car I ever rode in that had electric windows and door locks, and it was a Chrysler Imperial. That was the step up from the New Yorker. The Imperial had the electric windows, and of course also had the vents in the front. You know, in the front passenger and driver side windows, you had the little triangular shaped vents, and those were also electric, and that was really cool. I get in that as a kid and just play with the buttons to move the windows up and down. Fascinating. course, all cars have those today, right? All vehicles do, but that was really something back then. Chris from Oxford on the C Spire text line says, Gerard, say that again about Lent and Carnival. So, yeah, Chris, Carnival and Mardi Gras in general, those are, Mardi Gras in particular, it's really a Catholic holiday. And the word carnival can be traced to the medieval Latin, I think I'm pronouncing it right, carnivare, or carnivarium, which means to take away or remove meat. So in the Catholic faith, during the Lenten season, which starts on Ash Wednesday, the day after Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, and that extends all the way through Easter. And during that season, an observing Catholic does not eat meat on Fridays. Now, it could have been back in the early days, I'm not really sure, Rhino, it could have been that meat was not eaten on any day during the Lenten season. I'm honestly not sure, but as long as I have been on the planet as a Catholic, it's always been on Fridays where we don't eat meat, we stay away from meat, and observing of that tradition and that part of the Roman Catholic canon. And it's kind of symbolic on just recognizing what's about to happen with Good Friday and the shedding, Christ dying on the cross, and the shedding of blood, the piercing of his flesh. It's really kind of how it links in. So the idea of carnival and Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, is live it up with merrymaking and festivity and everything you can do to have a good time, because as soon, again, as you hit midnight on Fat Tuesday and you roll into Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent, you're supposed to calm down, and the merrymaking and the fun is over. And that Lenten period of time actually represents the period of time that Christ was approaching, Jesus Christ was approaching the crucifixion, and was celebrated or experienced the passion of our Lord Jesus Christ on Good Friday, and leading up to that was performing a penance, essentially, leading up to that, conducting a penance. And anyhow, so that's where all that comes from. That's what the traditions are, and a little bit about how we got Mardi Gras, as much as I can remember about it. So let's see, Jeff in Forest County says, remember the Plymouth Duster with the flip-up lights? I do, Jeff. Those were pretty cool. Malcolm from Tishomingo, great show. Which car had the headlight covers that open and close when lights are turned off and on? As I recall, Rhino, there were a lot of vehicles, a lot of cars that had that feature in it. It seems like that came about, as I recall, maybe late 60s, early 70s, and I think it was more for style than anything else, but I think all the manufacturers had models that had these disappearing headlights that would become, when they retracted, become flush with the body itself, the front fender and bumper, as I recall. But anyhow,
you had some instances of that back before the aerodynamic push of automobiles, where you had the land yacht, but there were a couple models that had hideaway headlights, and then when you started going to the more aerodynamic shapes of vehicles in the 60s and especially into the 70s, when you had that wedge shape on the front of the vehicle instead of just a wall of vehicle hitting the air, they went to the pop-up and down headlights and the hideaway headlights more to keep the aerodynamic shape of the vehicle.
And the spoilers on the back on those same vehicles a lot. In fact, I'm looking at a Camaro, an SS Camaro, looks like a 68 or 69 model, as I recall, and it's got the racing stripes and the little spoiler on the back, and I don't know if that actually had any sort of aerodynamic effect, but wasn't that designed to sort of push the wheels down for better traction, kind of push the back of the vehicle down?
Yeah, it creates a pocket of air pressure above the rear of the vehicle, pushing it down so that you have better grip on the rear tires.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. let's see, on the C Spire text line, most retractable headlights were controlled by vacuum lines. After a while, vacuum would go out and the headlights stay open all the time. Yeah, that's probably true. Weren't electric, so it was kind of which would require some electrical mechanisms to do that, so they use vacuums. I used to fly radio-controlled model airplanes, and we had some of the contest pattern planes I used to fly had retractable landing gear, and you had a choice of mechanical version or air and vacuum operated, and had a little tank that you carried around, like 3 ounces of air, and you'd have to pump it up and get it full of air, and a servo would activate it, and it would release that air, and that's what would put the wheels down or raise them up. And then they also had the mechanical version as well. So kind of similar application of 2 different approaches to that. Let's see, what does Jerry in Boonville say? I'm just curious what the gas price down there looks like. I haven't checked. Typically, I think it's a little higher on the coastal counties because there's a few extra pennies of tax levied by the county that I want to say goes back a long time, as I recall. Do you know anything about that, Rhino? And I want to say it was a tax to build a seawall, as I recall, or something to that effect. I'm not sure if that's still in place or not, but I seem to recall that's typically the situation. The Buick Riviera was the best, says William and Brandon. Weren't those cool vehicles? I agree, William. Those are really neat vehicles as well. Let's see. What did you say? Some of the Imperials also had push button. This is Dave on the C Spire text line. Had push button shifters for drive, reverse, neutral, and so forth. Yeah, I want to say that the AMC Ramblers did as well. I do remember that push button for the various gears, and those things tended to be a little problematic. I think that was more style than function, honestly. But we went through a period in the making of automobiles where there was a lot of focus on style and less on functionality. I kind of miss that. Speaking of which, you got to get a little political here on you. I heard, I can't remember which one of the members of the cabinet, Joe Biden's cabinet, talking about the way to deal with high gas prices. Once again, double down on this nonsense. Go out and buy you an electric vehicle. Not what can the president do from a policy perspective to promote the production of oil to increase supply to bring the price down. Nope. No interest in doing that. Rather, you just got to go out and rush down to the local electric vehicle dealer and buy you a $70,000 electric vehicle. I mean, it's just so tone deaf, folks. It really is incredible. We're going to be back in the studio tomorrow. I got lots of stuff lined up to talk about. A lot of politics happened over the last couple of days, and a lot of developments. One in particular is the House did pass a continuing resolution. The president has signed it, so that keeps the government funded past the September 30 deadline up through sometime in December. And you watch, we're going to have a change in control in the House, maybe the Senate as well. And this is going to be one you're going to want to pop lots of popcorn for when they get back to negotiating what the next funding of the government is going to look like. Are they going to kick the can down the road and just go with a continuing resolution, or are Republicans going to get a spine and push for some things that need to be changed? What I'd like to see them do, as Russ Latino and I discussed yesterday, is start really thinking about a real live budget as opposed to these continuing resolutions. And the one just passed, by the way, includes $20 million for Jackson's water infrastructure. It's another situation where, when do we ever say no? We can't afford it. We don't operate that government the way you do your household. We don't look in the checkbook and say, do I have enough money to buy this? We just do it and worry about it later. That's why we got $31 trillion of debt. We're going to take a break right here on Middays. Once again, we're at Cruisin the Coast, sponsored by Coastal Mississippi. When we come back, we've got Jimmy Ladner with the Mississippi Coastal Commission. Stay with us.
Why don't you mind mind your own business.
Mind my own business? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I was just thinking about all of the news of tax changes, insurance changes, regulations that are being passed down to business owners. I don't have the time to keep growing and to keep up with changing payroll regulations.
I know. It seems like all I do is handle employee-related problems.
You know, I hear People Lease can help.
How can they help?
People Lease can handle our payroll, taxes, employee benefits, and workers' compensation. They even offer an affordable and customizable 401k program and a 24/7 online human resources support center for all my HR needs.
Think of all the time we'll save letting People Lease handle our payroll and benefits administration. I'll be busy growing my business and letting People Lease take care of the rest.
Sounds like a good business plan with People Lease.
Let People Lease mind your business so you can mind your own business. Call now, 601-987-3025. That's 601-987-3025. Or visit freepayrollquotes.com for your free quote.
At Fillmore Buick GMC, we strive to make buying your next vehicle easy and take care of you long after you drive off the lot. That means upfront and honest pricing, doing everything we can to make the time you spend in the dealership as short or as long as you need. It means we understand that purchasing a vehicle is more than just a transaction for you. We want you to enjoy the experience as much as we appreciate your business. Find your next Buick, GMC, or pre-owned vehicle at FillmoreBuickGMC.com. Fillmore Buick GMC. You drive everything we do.
Are you a hard worker? Are you dependable? Do you have a good attitude? Do you want to be part of a team? If so, the Black Label Bridge Builders at Key Constructors offers lead men and women purpose-driven career opportunities with on-the-job and outside training, leadership development, and benefits. To learn more about what it takes to be a Black Label Bridge Builder, please visit Key's website at keyconstructors.com. Please also follow at Key Constructors on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to see regular updates on the Black Label Bridge Builders.
It's a sale over 4 decades in the making. Miss Kelly's 44th anniversary sale. Get up to $500 off our everyday low prices. Plus, take 60 months to pay with no down payment. Furniture trends have changed a lot since 1978, but Miss Kelly's never goes out of style. Stay on trend and on budget with this amazing anniversary offer. Up to $500 off plus 60 months to pay with no down payment at all Miss Kelly's locations.
How can RJ Young help you? With digital communications, managed IT services, business process outsourcing, and office equipment and technology, RJ Young is your source for the technology solutions that power your business. For more information and a quick demo of the modern office and how it's increasing efficiency and bottom lines of businesses across the country, visit us at themodernoffice.com.
Digital banking from the Citizens Bank is great if you're like me, shall we say, night person. With our secure online banking and mobile app, you can bank on your own time. With a touch of the screen, you can pay bills, make deposits, even transfer funds on the fly. See digital banking in a new light, just not sunlight. Download the app today. The Citizens Bank, member FDIC.
MTV is celebrating 40 years, and Grammy Museum Mississippi invites you to explore the history of this iconic exhibit. Take a trip back to the beginning with artifacts and interviews with 4 remaining MTV VJs. Enjoy memorabilia from Michael Jackson to Bon Jovi with historical moments in MTV programming along with interactives and more. To learn more about the MTV Turns 40, I Still Want My MTV exhibit and other monthly programs and events, visit GrammyMuseumMS.org.
Arm yourself with everything you need to take on your day. Wake up with Gallo tomorrow on 97.3 FM, Super Talk, Mississippi. You're listening to Middays with Gerard here on Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back, everyone. Midday Super Talk Mississippi. Wrapping up the day here, Cruisin the Coast. We are on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast at the Biloxi Town Green, looking at all these classic vehicles. They are absolutely beautiful. And what big crowds we have here. Jimmy Ladner, Coastal Mississippi Commissioner from Hancock County, is our guest here in the Element Well Studios. Jimmy, this is just incredible. The crowds today, we were just talking about it off the air. A lot of people walking around here today, man.
Oh, a ton of people. We can't thank enough coming down and seeing the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
It is awesome, and it gets bigger and better every year. And what a shot in the arm it is to the coastal counties, to the economies of the coastal counties.
Oh, it's a shot in the arm at the absolute best time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the time of year that traditionally we would not have this kind of folks down here. So for the people that do this, it serves us very well, and we very much appreciate it.
And they roll out the red carpet, your counties do and the communities do for people, visitors from all over the country. And the ones that haven't been here before, I know I've said it already on the show today, but I think it bears repeating. They're blown away when they come here.
I think people that haven't been here don't know what they're missing, and I know that's said a lot, but when you come here for the first time, we hear people all the time say, man, I can't believe I've not come the last 26 years.
Absolutely. But once they come, I'm betting they keep coming back. It's the snowball effect, as I like to call it. They come, they say, I'm coming back for more. And it looks like we got more vehicles. I think Woody reported that we did this year.
From what Woody said, we're on track for another record, and that doesn't include the cars that come down and don't register for whatever reason.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, between the cars, the weather, and the hospitality of our folks down here on the coast, people come back once they come once.
No doubt. And we've highlighted it already on the show, but I think we got to do it again. This truly is a collaborative effort amongst the counties and the coastal communities to pull this thing off.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you have these events going on from Ocean Springs to Bay St. Louis to Diamond Head. Ours over on the west end of the coast actually will start today. Diamond Head will start their events at 1 o'clock. Their parade starts at 4 o'clock with the blessing of the cars in line with our blessings of the fleet.
Sure,
we have a blessing of the vehicles, and Diamond Head, that'll start at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Bay St. Louis will be rolling from Thursday to Saturday with bands and always our good food and our good views.
You know, I just wonder, Jimmy, with this event getting bigger as it does and attracting so many people, so many visitors that come in here, stay in the hotels, go to the restaurants, go to the shops, enjoy themselves and invest their money here on the Gulf Coast. I just wonder how many people who are thinking about starting a business or expanding their business in this area on the Gulf Coast see this and say, yeah, it makes sense to do that.
Oh, it's got to. I mean, this is a place for entrepreneurs. We have low effective tax rates, my other gig.
Absolutely.
I put a little plug in for that.
Yes, sir.
It's a great place to raise a family, to start a business. As people say, it's a great place to work and play.
Got great schools, you got great health care, great infrastructure, low crime, great law enforcement, great city and county governments. I mean, you've got all the ingredients of a high-quality lifestyle right here on the Gulf Coast.
Absolutely, we do. And I will tell you, we work well together. I mean, the Regional Tourism Commission is an example of that. Our three coastal counties work well together. We're one region, we're one coast.
Yeah. It didn't look like that in August of 2005 after the big storm came through, did it? You hung your head, said, man, the devastation. The people here love it here. They're committed to it, and they build it back better.
Hey, look, this is home. You know, the folks that are here, this is home. We're resilient folks. I think, as Governor Barber said, we hitched up our britches and pulled up our boots and went back to work on day two.
No doubt about it.
And we built it back bigger and better, and we continue to do that.
Yeah, and it seems like from talking to Mayor Fofo Gillich and just others, and Mayor Willis from Pascagoula, it seems like that the economy here seems to be a little resilient and sort of bucking the macro economy, the larger economy.
Oh, without a doubt. We are bucking the national trends right now. Our home values are staying high and consistent. Our demand for them is staying high and consistent. Look around. It's about quality of life.
No doubt about it.
And that's what brings folks here.
Yeah, and so you optimistic about the growth prospects for the Mississippi Gulf Coast?
Without a doubt. I mean, the only thing that concerns me about our growth is that we're hindered because we have water to the south of us. We may run out of room one day, but other than that, I think we'll be fine.
That's a good point. But you got room to the north. You got some room east and west, although it's getting a little more congested in a good way. It also seems like just having, I married a coast girl and been a frequent visitor to the area for a long, long time, going back to college. It's been pretty well planned. I mean, the sprawl and the overall expansion and growth. you don't feel like you lost the charm and I think kind of the small town feel, even though it's grown quite a bit.
Oh, without a doubt, and that's been a conscious effort. I mean, every one of our communities, as much as we work together, we also work to keep that identity.
No doubt about it. Jimmy, it's been a pleasure having you on the program. Congratulations to you, all the commissioners, to Coastal Mississippi. What a great job they've done. Of course, to Woody and his team. Great event. Good luck, sir, and we look forward to the rest of the week.
Thank you. Appreciate seeing you again. It's been a while.
You got it. Yes, sir. Jimmy Latner, Coastal Mississippi Commissioner from Hancock County. That's a wrap here on Middays from Cruisin the Coast, beautiful Gulf Coast, Mississippi. We're going to be back in the Element Wealth studios tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, and God bless everyone.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.